members and senior band members and their parents. The senior football players, Jamal Bronson, with his parents Jamie Bronson and Walter Bronson. LaDwan Pratt, with his parents Jimmy and LaShawn Shaw. Chris Turner, with Reverend Darrell and Melanie Turner. Aaron Yates, escorted by Sonny and Linda Yates. The cheerleaders, Alicia Barnadoe, with parents Albert and Shirley Barnadoe. Kayla Williams, with parents Donna Williams and Stanley Mays. Kayla Wright, escorted by John and Kay Wright. She is a drum major. Band member Stephen Carson, escorted by Denise Lee. Chris Cavanis, escorted by Don and Jeannie Cavanis and the late Kathy Cavanis. Haley Goodson, with the parents Steve and Kathy Goodson. Hannah Langston, with the parents Sydney and Stephanie Langston. Courtney Moon, with the parents Isaiah and Angela Moon. Ginger Ramsey, with the parents W.C. and Peggy Ramsey. Ben Russell, with parents Joe and Gail Russell. Michelle Terry, with the parents William and Reba Terry. And last but not least, Josh Williams, with parents Ricky and Pamela Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud of these seniors and their accomplishments at Calhoun City High School. We know they will be successful throughout their lives. We wish them the best in all their endeavors. Let's give them all a big hand.
And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, here from TV7, TV34, tonight here at the Boneyard, D.O. Harrison Field, as the Calhoun City Wildcats are about to host the Biggersville Lions right here tonight from Calhoun City. Bill Morgan, I'll be joined with Mitchell Johnson here in just a moment, as we'll be bringing you the action here tonight from the Boneyard. Let us mention tonight our sponsors for this Region 1 1A playoff, regular season game. Grisani Rebel Motors, your GM dealer in Oxford. Classic Exteriors in Houston for professional vinyl siding. Gene King at Classic Exteriors. Also Pilot Wholesale Furniture on Highway 8 between Vardaman and Houston. Calhoun Powell Incorporated in Calhoun City. Parker Brothers Trucking in Derma. And also we have Fred's Pharmacy Stores, Merchants and Farmers Bank in Bruce, TDS Telecom Incorporated here on the square in Calhoun City. Treasures Jewelry located in the Oxford Mall, a proud sponsor here tonight, Treasures. Spud Deaton and staff at Custom Coverage Insurance, proud to be a part of the game here tonight. And also sponsoring Pryor Funeral Home, John Burton staff here in town.
Who are the seniors?
Bunny's Pageant and Formal Wear on Highway 32 East in Bruce. Union Planners Bank right here in Calhoun City. Also Buck's One Stop, Buck Langford and staff on Highway 9 North here. Hunter's Hollow, Dunny Guest and staff at Hunter's Hollow store in Oxford. Also we have the Gold Exchange here on the square right here in town. The Gold Exchange, Kelwood Company and Kelwood Factory Outlet Stores. Weyerhaeuser Company, a key industry in our community. Proud to be a part of the game tonight. And also Calhoun Powell Incorporated, another key industry here in our county. And Bruce Furniture Industries, a Klausner company in Bruce. Gene Welch and staff, proud to sponsor the Wildcats here tonight. And Mitchell, my second trip over to Calhoun City this year, and we were here earlier, Don and I, for the Vardaman game. Hopefully the Wildcats will come out much better tonight against Biggersville.
Hopefully so, Bill. The Wildcats come in with a 5-4 record this 2000 campaign, whereas the Biggersville Lions come in with a mark of 3-6 this year. This is a scenario this evening. The Wildcats are basically in a must-win situation tonight, and they need some help from Hamilton to see any postseason action this 2000 season. The Wildcats desperately need a victory here tonight against Biggersville, and Hamilton needs to defeat Mabin tonight to assure the Wildcats of at least a tie for the fourth and final playoff spot in the Region 1-1A. A tie with Mabin would give the Wildcats the upper hand because of the head-to-head competition. Smithville also factors into the mix as they lost to Hamilton last Thursday night in their second regional loss of the season. And Smithville plays at Faulkner tonight. Smithville and Hamilton both lost division ball games earlier in the year to the undefeated Vardaman Rams. Vardaman is only one win away from wrapping up the Division 1-1A championship, and the Rams host Walnut tonight at Carter Field. I believe the coin toss has been made on the midfield stripe, and Biggersville will receive the opening game kick. I believe I overheard the PA announcer announcing that. Is that correct, Bill?
That's right. Biggersville will receive Calhoun City deferred and to the second half as they get ready to come out on the field, and looking forward to some great action after all that scenario, Mitchell. I know it gets kind of complicated. The name of the game is win, and that's exactly what the Wildcats must do tonight as you see it.
Absolutely. We do have a list of offensive starters for both the Wildcats and the Lions this evening, starting with the visiting Lions of Biggersville. Offensively, they will go as follows. Number 1, Antoine Gaines, 5'9", 150 senior. He's a running back. Number 2, Matthew Harris, 6'2", 170 senior wide receiver. Number 4, Ivan Crump, 5'8", 160 junior wide receiver. Number 6, Montoya Leonard, 5'11", 200 junior fullback. Number 9, Lionel Gaines, 5'9", 160 junior quarterback. Number 20, Jason Stafford, 6-footer, 170 sophomore running back. Number 50, John Tyler Thompson, 6'2", 260 senior offensive tackle. Number 54, Stephen Bush, 6'2", 260 junior offensive tackle. Number 60, Tim Murphy, 5'10", 180 sophomore center. And rounding out your starters offensively for the Lions will be 72, Justin Reinhardt, 5'10", 230 senior offensive guard. And we do have the arrival of the homestanding Wildcats of Calhoun City onto the near sidelines. We also have the visiting Lions of Biggersville across the way. And we're about to have our playing of our national anthem in just a moment, I'm sure, so stay with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the singing of the national anthem. Tonight's anthem will be sung by Ben Russell. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming? Broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, wrestle gallant
Big round of applause going up at the conclusion of the singing of our national anthem. Now we have our offensive starters ready for you for the Wildcats of Calhoun City. As I mentioned earlier, coming in with a record of 5-4 this year. They will go as follows. Number 1, Aaron Yates, 5'11", 165 wide receiver. He's a senior. Number 2, LaDwan Pratt, 6-footer, 195 tailback senior. Number 3, Demetrius Brown, 5'10", 170 wide receiver. He's a junior. Number 6, Anthony Armstrong, 6-footer, 175 tight end sophomore. Number 11, Derek Armstrong, 5'9", 175 quarterback. He's a sophomore. Number 28, Homer Moore, 5'10", 185 fullback junior. 52, Jamal Brunson, 5'11", 190 offensive lineman senior. 54, Chris Turner, 5'11", 195 offensive lineman senior. Number 68, Randall Stovall, 6-footer, 195 offensive lineman junior. Number 75, B.G. Floyd, 6'3", 230 offensive lineman junior. And rounding out your starters offensively this evening for the Wildcats will be number 78, Cody Childress, 5'11", 230 offensive lineman. He is a sophomore.
And deep for the Biggersville Lions.
So now you have the offensive starters for both the Lions and the Wildcats this evening. We'll start things off tonight with the Lions receiving the opening game kick to begin play. If you're just joining us, pull up a chair, sit back, relax, and enjoy. This is Mitchell Johnson and Bill Morgan. We're pleased to bring you this exciting division matchup from D.L. Harrison Field in Calhoun City.
And Mitchell, the Wildcats in their full black outfits here getting ready tonight, their homestanding uniforms, and looking forward to a great game tonight. As you said, need a big victory tonight to have a shot at the playoffs, and hopefully they can get it here tonight against Biggersville. Should be a great ball game here.
Antoine Gaines back to receive the kick. A squibber. Gaines will receive it around his 21-yard line. Picks the ball up, trying to make a return on the kick. It's at the 30-yard line and finally dragged down around the 31-32. And on the stop on special teams for the Wildcats was Derek Armstrong. He's a sophomore. So the Lions of Biggersville will set up shop offensively 1st and 10. The first offensive series for either team. And they'll start this series from between the hash marks around their own 31-yard line. Just getting underway here. 11:53 show remaining in the opening stanza. Quarterback Lionel Gaines sets his offense here, uses a wishbone in the backfield, while out split wide to the left side. Give goes to the tailback off the right side. Nowhere to go. Is hit before he reaches the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose a yard or two on that carry. That was Jason Stafford with a carry for Biggersville. A loss of 2. Bring up a second down situation here for the Lions, and about 12 yards to go for the first. Their ball is now marked back around their own 29-yard line, closer to the right hash mark. Got a lot of information to go along this evening, a lot of sponsors to go over, as well as some SEC action this weekend, and also talk a little bit about Major League Baseball. 2nd and 12 facing the Lions here. Quarterback Gaines up under center. He rolls right, wants to throw. In trouble, passes in the air. Down the field he goes with it. It's going to be incomplete. Intended for Ivan Crump. And Crump was pretty well defended back there by Aaron Yates. Yates is a cornerback defensively. He's a senior for the Wildcats. They'll bring up the 3rd down for Biggersville and about 12 yards to go once again. That'll stop the clock at 11:06 remaining in the first.
Yeah, Yates is one of those seniors that has the leadership and played many games here in the black uniforms, and he's been pretty solid for the Wildcats the last 2 or 3 years, doing a good job in the backfields. He did it with that play there. Great coverage there by Aaron Yates for the Wildcats.
Possession play facing the Lions here, operating from their own end of the football field, from their own 29. Gaines wants to throw, fakes the pass, rolls to his left, looking, in trouble, wants to tuck it away here and try to get outside. Going to run out of bounds across the way, well shy of first down yardage. I don't think he really get back up to the original line of scrimmage. We have a penalty marker down around the 46-yard line in Biggersville territory. We'll wait and see what the penalty infraction is all about here.
It'll be loss of about 4. 4th down, about 17 for the Lions from their own 26-yard line.
Holding call against the Wildcats. That'll be a 10-yard assessment, but I don't think that will be enough yardage to earn the Lions a first down anyway. We'll have to wait and see here. Defensive holding, that's a rare call in high school football, Bill. What do you think?
Yeah, very much so. I'm used to seeing it on the offense, but you don't see that call very often. And indeed, I think, as you said, they're going to be a little bit short anyway of the first down.
I think that's correct. Ball's going to be marked down around the 36-yard line, still operating from Lion territory. And we'll bring up a 4th down situation here for Biggersville. And what looks to be about 5 or 6 to go still for a first.
And about 6 to go for the Lions.
4th and 6 for the Lions. Punting situation for Biggersville.
That'd be 4th down and about
Back to booted away for the Lions will be Bubba Garner, I think. Garner gets a good snap back, gets the end-over-ender away. And Derek Armstrong's back to field it for the Wildcats. Going to take several Lion rolls. Armstrong's going to field it around his own 10-yard line, trying to make something out of nothing here. Weaving his way in and out of traffic. He's at the 20, finally ridden out of bounds around the 21-22. I tell you what, Bill, the Lions got a nice roll off that punt, and it was rolling back close to the Wildcat end zone.
tackle made by John
And it was wise on the part of the kick returner that time. Armstrong tried to retrieve it, try to make something out of return there.
Right, he did make a little something out of what looked like could have been great field position, and still good field position if you're the Lions, and a good roll there on the punt. And now the Wildcats will really have to cover the grass as the Lions have them deep in their own territory.
Wildcats will go on offense for the first time this evening, 1st and 10 from around their own 20-yard line. Working out a 2-man offset eye in the backfield, loads of trips to the left side. Give goes to the first man through on the left side, minimal gain on the carry of a yard or two. There's more with a carry for the Wildcats. He is a 5'10", 185 fullback junior. Give him 2. Bring up a second down here for Calhoun City. We'll call it 8 to go for the first. As Jonathan Griffin checks in offensively, he's going to replace Demetrius Brown. Griffin in for Brown. We are operating from the first quarter of play, 10 minutes, 27 seconds remaining. And the clock has stopped. Working with the same offensive set. Give goes to the second man through up the right side this time. This is Derek Armstrong with a carry. Pick up a couple at most. Pretty good defensive stand as far as the Lions are concerned in the initial series here against Calhoun City. They'll bring up a third down here and 7. We'll call it 3rd and 7 for Calhoun City. Brown re-enters the ball game for Calhoun City. Brings in a coaching staff instructions from the near sideline. The coaching staff this season for the Wildcats consists of Mike Ray, Travis England, and Michael Knight. 3rd and 7 facing Calhoun City possession play here. As quarterback LaDwan Pratt sets the 2-man eye in the backfield, wide out split left and right. Pratt wants to throw, passes away, is complete to Aaron Yates. Yates is at the 25, is at the 30. Plenty of daylight now, the 40 down the near sideline. He may go. It's a foot race here, 30, 20, 10. He's going to score. Touchdown, Wildcats. Aaron Yates got the catch. And just it was smooth sailing down the near sideline to put 6 points up on the board for Calhoun City. Aaron Yates, 5'11", 165 wide receiver. He's a senior. Went the distance for about 80-some-odd yards for the Wildcats.
And he just made a big play early on defense with the secondary, and now getting the big long touchdown, and a very speedy youngster there. Aaron Yates doing a great job covering the field, and they take it all the way down and score, and all of a sudden Calhoun City on top, Mitchell.
Calhoun City draws first blood here with 9 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play. Extra point pending. The snap is down, the kick is up, it's long enough, and it's through. Extra point will be successful. Calhoun City 7, Biggersville 0 with 9:45 remaining in the first quarter of play. Again, Bill went over some of our fine sponsors. Let's go over a few of those right now while we have the opportunity. They include Grazzani Rebel Motors in Oxford, Classic Exteriors in Houston for professional vinyl siding installation, Pylon Wholesale Furniture in Pylon, Calhoun Apparel Incorporated Calhoun City, Parker Brothers Trucking in Derma, Fred's Pharmacy in Calhoun City and Vardaman, Merchants and Farmers Bank in Bruce, TDS Telecom in Calhoun City, Treasures Jewelry located in the Oxford Mall, Custom Coverage Insurance in Bruce, Trial Funeral Home Calhoun City, Bonnie's Pageant Formal Wear Bruce, Union Planters Bank Bruce, Bucks One Stop Calhoun City, Hunter's Hollow Oxford, Warehouser in Bruce, Kelwood Company, Kelwood Factory Outlet, and the Gold Exchange in Calhoun City. All fine sponsors of Wildcat football this evening. Wildcats will kick it back away to the Lions here, and they have a 7-0 lead here in the opening quarter of play. Off the great run on the part of Aaron Yates after the catch. Kick is away. It's going to be fielded, rolled down the run inside the 15-yard line. This is Antoine Gaines on the return for the Lions. He is at the 20 trying to find daylight, trying to get outside here. Needs a block, not going to get it though. It's going to be hammered down around the 25-yard line. Pretty good special teams coverage as far as the Wildcats are concerned.
And Randall Stovall making the stop for the Wildcats.
And on the stop for the Wildcats was Randall Stovall, 6-footer, 195. He's a junior, doing it on special teams that time. Lions will go 1st and 10 with their second offensive series of the evening, trying to get some offense established. That ball's going to be marked around their own 25, 26-yard line. Quarterback sets a wishbone in the backfield. Wide out split to the left side. Goes to the first man through. Pick up a 3 or 4 yards on the carry. Maybe 3.
Pick up about 2 on the play.
Lionel Gaines, your starting signal caller for Biggersville this evening.
B.G. Floyd making the
Pick up of about, we'll call it a long 2. Bring up a second down here and about 8 to go for the first. Checking into the contest for the Lions will be Ivan Crump, 5'8", 160 junior at the wide receiver position. He's going to replace Greenlee, I think. 2nd and 8 facing the Lions here. Same offensive set. Wildcats stacking a lot of men across the defensive front. Give goes to the tailback off the left side. Not much daylight there. That was Antoine Gaines, I think, with a carry. Finding it going rough and tough against a stubborn Wildcat defense. And on the stop for the Cats was Derek Armstrong. He's a strong safety defensively. He's a sophomore.
Probably lost a yard on the play.
Think about 3rd down. We'll call it a short 9 to go for the first. As Anthony Armstrong checks in defensively for Calhoun City. And he will replace B.G. Floyd, I think. Floyd may be injured, holding his ribs or forearm here on the near sideline for the Wildcats. Getting some attention there from head coach Mike Ray and an assistant down there as well. Possession play facing Biggersville here. Quarterback rolls to his right. Lionel Gaines in trouble here, looking downfield, wants to get rid of it. Passes away over the middle. It's going to be caught. Great grab on the part of John Adam Greenlee. Ball is out of bounds. Greenlee with the catch. Plenty of room for a Biggersville first down. And the ball was knocked out of bounds, I think. I took my attention away from the action on the field for a moment, Bill, and looked up and didn't know what was going on for a second there.
I tell you what, the pass, the reception was deflected, and actually I think another guy caught it, and just a great play there, trick out of the hat for Biggersville, and just great field position, first down, just a big play for them.
Good concentration on Greenlee's part to come down with that catch after the deflection. As you mentioned, 1st and 10 will go Biggersville from Wildcat territory around the 43. Pitch sweep on the near side going to Jason Stafford. He gets over the 40 and around the 42, 43-yard line. Pretty good pickup off first down for the Lions. All of a sudden, we see the Lions starting to produce offensively here, Bill.
Yeah, it was a huge boost, a big play there offensively. They needed that at that time because almost facing a punting situation again, and now life back into offense of Biggersville. Not very many substitutes to come in, only 5 or 6 or 7 guys over on the sidelines, Mitchell, so they can't really afford too many injuries here tonight.
Absolutely. Lionel Gaines brings his team up, working still with that wishbone in the backfield, and again goes to the first man through, Montoya Leonard. He fights his way out over the 35-yard line, close to the 34, I think, to bring up your 3rd down here, and maybe a yard and a half, 2 yards to go for the first.
Demetrius Brown.
Now operating from Wildcat territory inside the Wildcat 35.
Biggersville from the Wildcat 35.
Ivan Crump checks in offensively for the Lions. He brings in the coaching staff instructions from across the way. And the coaches this year for Biggersville consist of Timmy Moore, the head coach, assistants Bob Rayner, Jay Walker, and Ray Nash. 3rd and short here out of the bone for the Lions. Give goes to the second man through on the right side. That was Jason Stafford with the carry. He's going to be up close to first down yardage. Taken down by Anthony Armstrong, I think, the defensive end sophomore. We'll bring up a 4th down. They're indicating field level. Now they're going to bring the chain crew on, I think, to check for the first down yardage. See if indeed the Lions have earned the first.
Well, we have this time out.
You know, Mitchell, we got some other big games in the air tonight going on. Bruce on the road at Carroll County. Also, of course, the Academy finished their season up last year on the last week on a winning note against I forget the opponent, but they won very big last week against North Sunflower.
I think that's right.
And of course, Vardaman should have an easy victory tonight. I believe they're playing Walnut.
I think so.
Should be an easy win for the Rams, and some big games in the air. We'll tell you about some more of those coming up later on tonight in the broadcast. Pontotoc at Corinth, and also Houston hosting Amory. So those are 2 huge games in Northeast Mississippi.
Absolutely. That Houston-Amory game should be very interesting tonight over at Hilltopper Field in Houston. We have a crew over there filming that game, I understand, too. Without headsets, I might add.
Exactly.
Because we've got them over here. 4th and short for the Lions from the Wildcat 33-yard line. Quarterback sneak, he got it, no problem there. They got that front wall offensive line surge forward. Quarterback just took the snap out from under the center, Gaines, and just followed his blocks for the first down. That'll move the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions here, driving down the field on the Wildcats from just outside the Calhoun City 30-yard line.
Yeah, nice job by the line. Excuse me there, Mitchell, for Biggersville, the offensive line, doing the job. And, you know, they really need to move the sticks here. They've got great field position. Try to get right back in this ball game here early on.
We are operating from the first quarter of play, 6:15 and counting. It's Calhoun City 7, Biggersville 0. Lions on the drive here. Give goes to the first man through, and Antoine Gaines tripped up in the backfield. Be a loss on that carry. Good penetration on the part of Anthony Armstrong. Armstrong 6 feet even, 175, defensive end sophomore with a stop for the Wildcats. Loss of 2 will bring up a second down here and 12 for the Lions. John Adam Greenlee, who had the magnificent catch a moment or two ago, re-enters the game offensively for Biggersville with the coaching staff instructions from across the way. 2nd and 12 facing the Lions here. Pitch sweep on the near side, goes for nothing. That was Stafford with the carry, and he was hammered in the backfield. Good defensive penetration that time on the part of Cody Childress. Childress, 5'11", 230, defensive lineman sophomore. Armstrong had a hand in the stop as well. Big loss on that carry. Bring up the 3rd down here, and what looks to be maybe 16 or 17 to go for the first.
Yeah, the Wildcat defense really penetrated the line that time, able to get in and get the stop, and really got Biggersville now going backwards. And the defense really stiffening here for the Wildcats. That's going to be so important as hopefully as they get in these playoffs that they can really get some, really gels the defense here.
3rd and long here for the Lions. Should be in 4-down territory, though, operating from Calhoun City territory. Quarterback rolls left with plenty of daylight here. Penalty marker down. He's at the 30, twisting, turning at the 25-yard line, trying to get the first down. He's got it. Tight ropes it down the sideline on the left side. Finally ran out of bounds, but we do have a yellow marker down around the 21-yard line. We'll have to wait and see what the penalty infraction is all about to see if the play will stand for quarterback Lionel Gaines. Once again, defensive holding being called, Bill, against Calhoun City.
Amazing.
That's the 2nd time tonight the Cats have been flagged for that particular penalty. And as we mentioned earlier, that's a rare penalty in high school football, defensive holding. We do see it occasionally, but it's pretty rare.
I remember this young man, Gaines, last year. He had a lot of speed, able to make some plays, and he's a playmaker, as you can see tonight. Very fast on his feet, and really a good playmaker here for Biggersville, and he's the young man that's really keeping them going here.
1st and 10 will go the Lions, knocking on the door here deep in Wildcat territory, inside the 20 from the red zone. It goes to the tailback with daylight, twisting, turning, trying to get into the end zone. It's going to be hammered down around the 2, I think. Great run by Stafford on the carry. Jason Stafford for the Lions. 6-footer, 170 sophomore. He's a running back. He found a crease in the middle of the Wildcat defense, Bill, and almost capitalized on it.
Almost put it in, just short of the goal line. Wildcat defense really now has their work cut out for them here at this point in the game.
It'll be 1st and goal now for the Lions, knocking on the door inside the 5-yard line, around the 2 or 3, I think, of Calhoun City. Lionel Gaines sets that wishbone in the backfield, wide out split to the left side. Gaines gives to the tailback off the right side. Up near the goal line. No indication from the field yet, as an official has not signaled touchdown yet, so evidently did not break the plane of the end zone. Bring up a 2nd down here, and it looks to be less than a yard to go for the touchdown. 2nd and goal facing the Lions here, knocking on the door with 4:07 remaining in the first quarter of play. Gaines tries that quarterback sneak once again. Did he get in? He did. Touchdown. Touchdown, Biggersville. Officials indicating touchdown field level. And the Lions cut into the lead. They pulled to within 1 of Calhoun City from about a yard or yard and a half away. Calhoun City 7, Biggersville 6, as the Lions get that score with 3 minutes and 56 seconds showing remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah, Gaines just tucked it in, kept it himself, able to break the plane, and he's really a good athlete here with a big drive run he had a moment ago to get him in scoring position. But again, we go back to the play where it was deflected. Nice penetration by the young man to catch the ball and keep this drive alive. It looked like they were going to have to punt it back to Calhoun City, but John Adam Greenlee did a great job concentrating, getting the ball off a deflected pass.
They're going for 2 here as Gaines is up under center. Give goes to the first man through, trying to fight his way into the end zone. He's close, and he's in. Montoya Leonard with a carry, 5'11", 200 junior fullback, bulls his way into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So the Lions go ahead by 1. It's Biggersville 8, Calhoun City 7. 3:56 remaining in the first quarter. I tell you what, let's take a break. You're watching Wildcat football on TV 7, TV 34. Your local sports connections. Back in just a moment. 3 minutes, 56 seconds remain to be played here in the first quarter of play. Biggersville 8, Calhoun City 7. Back to receive the kick for the Wildcats would be LaDwan Pratt, as well as Derek Armstrong. Armstrong's going to take it around his 14-yard line on the return. He's at the 30. He's going to be hit and driving forward. Finally taken down around the 35, 36-yard line. Pretty good return of kick on Armstrong's part. He is a 175-pounder, 5 feet 9 inches tall. He's a sophomore.
Number 40, Tremaine Davis.
So the Wildcats will be in business offensively, 1st and 10 with their second offensive series of the evening. They'll start this drive from around their own 38-yard line. Wildcats work their way up to the line of scrimmage. The Lions are set defensively, and they are showing about a 5-man front defensively with about a 4 or 5-man linebacker core. Pitch sweep on the right side, going to Derek Armstrong, trying to turn the corner. And he managed to get a little, if anything, off that carry. Give him a yard, bring up a second down here. We'll call it 9 to go for the first.
John Tyler Thompson.
Last year, Mitchell, Sharon Moore in this game. We went to Biggersville on the road, and Sharon Moore, if I'm not mistaken, had over 200 yards rushing against Biggersville in a blowout for Calhoun City. Of course, they did have that young man as well as Cornelius Wortham, and that does make a lot of difference with 2 Division I prospects gone from your program.
Absolutely.
That you depended on for so long.
That's exactly right. It'll be 2nd and 9 here for Calhoun City. Quarterback gives to the first man through with plenty of room, and this is going to be Homer Moore with plenty of daylight. He's at the 20, he's at the 10, he's going to score. Touchdown, Wildcats. Homer Moore, 5'10", 185, fullback. He's a junior, gets a call, and he scores from about 62 yards away. Calhoun City getting the scores from long distances tonight. First score by Aaron Yates, this score by Homer Moore. Wildcats go back out in front by a score of 13-8. They get that score with an even 3 minutes showing remaining in the first quarter.
62 yards for the touchdown.
I tell you, Moore just busted through the hole. Mitchell had Green in front of him and really showed some great speed there for the junior. Able to get the touchdown, and the lead did not last long for Biggersville. Wildcats back on top.
Extra point attempt coming up here by the Wildcats. Snap is back, hold is down, the kick is up, and it's blocked. It'll be unsuccessful. The score will stand, Calhoun City 13, Biggersville 8. And even 3 minutes remaining, as we mentioned. Bill, let's talk a little bit about some SEC action this week. And has this not been a weird and wild SEC West race so far in this 2000 season?
I tell you what, I'd hate to be the guy to have to unscramble it right now. I heard coming over here on the radio that there's 7 ways you can decide on the tiebreaker in the West, and this guy said they may have to use all 7 of them this year. I don't know. You know more about that than I do.
Oh, it's been wild, I'll tell you. Well, this weekend in particular, Central Florida is at Alabama. Georgia will face Florida. That should be the game of the weekend, actually.
No doubt about
it. East opponents going face-to-face there. Middle Tennessee State will be at Mississippi State. Arkansas plays at Auburn. That should be a big one as well. UNLV will be at Ole Miss, and Tennessee is at South Carolina. I tell you what, that particular game, if the Volunteers are not careful, those Gamecocks could surprise Tennessee this weekend because they are tough, especially at South Carolina.
Actually, I think South Carolina's favored in the ball game. You know, when would you have thought that after last year? But I tell you what, those Gamecocks have a great defense, kind of copying Joe Lee Dunn's defense. They've really put a program together this year. Credit to that head coach there, Lou Holtz, for a great job.
Absolutely. He's really turned the program around in 2 years. And the kick is away. It's going to be a squibber, and it's going to roll around and be fielded around the 35-yard line of Biggersville. And that was Jason Stafford with a recovery for the Lions. So they go back on offense, 1st and 10. Of course, you and I both are MSU alums, Bill, but I tell you what, as soon as we get our hopes up, as soon as we beat some teams we're not supposed to beat, we'll turn around and get beat last weekend by LSU. What do you think?
Absolutely, absolutely. I tell you what, though, I still like our chances in the West. I think Mississippi State has the best defense, bar none, in the West. And to run the table, I really like our chances. When you look at our home schedule, I think it really favors us.
Well, we got Alabama at home and Arkansas at home. That is favorable, and that is a monster hit in the backfield. That was Gaines with a carry, I think. Brunson in the backfield making the stop for Calhoun City. Jamel Brunson, 5'11", 190 defensive lineman senior, really made some great penetration that time to really put a pop on the ball carrier. Be a loss of about 3 or 4 on that carry. Bring up a second down here. We'll call it 13, a long 13 to go for the first.
What you don't want to do is get caught sleeping if you're State or Ole Miss this weekend against UNLV or Middle Tennessee State.
True.
I don't think there's any chance of that, but, you know, those two teams have won some ball games. Middle Tennessee State knocking off Louisiana Tech, but, you know, you never know. You want to be aggressive and be aware in the ball game.
This is true. Second and long facing the Lions here. Quarterback in trouble here. Rolls to his left, being chased. He's going to tuck it away and just run out of bounds across the way. Little gain, if any, from Gaines. Antoine Gaines on the carry. Could not find an open receiver downfield, and wisely just tucked it away and ran out of bounds. So a penalty marker down in the Lion offensive backfield. Going to work against Biggersville.
Yeah, the Wildcats did a good job that time of bottling Gaines up and not giving him the outside corner and just taking him out of bounds. But if he ever turns that corner, he can really hurt you because he does have the burners. He can turn it on.
That penalty infraction was holding against the Lions, but it was declined by the Wildcats, so the play will stand. It'll bring a third down situation here for the Lions. Possession play facing Biggersville, and we'll call it 17 to go for the first. 3rd and 17 for the Lions from their own 28-yard line. Lionel Gaines sets that wishbone in the backfield, wide split wide to the left side. Gaines rolls to his right, feeling the pressure, passes away incomplete, intended for Montoya Leonard. Wisely just threw it away there, I think. At least he had a pass receiver in the vicinity. Will not be called for intentional grounding. So it'll bring up a 4th down punting situation for Biggersville. And again, about 16 or 17 to go for the first.
Well, I know, Mitchell, you're a Vardaman resident, and I know you and I talked earlier talking about the Rams. If definitely they've had a chance to do it, it's this year. They've really put together a team over there with Odie and the staff. And we can talk about this in a minute. Definitely the Vardaman Rams are favored in the region 1-1A as far as in their division. So it's going to be interesting to see in the playoff scenario what could happen there. I know you've got some information, but definitely Vardaman is the team to beat this year.
Absolutely. The Rams undefeated, and they are only 1 win away from wrapping up the Division 1-1A championship. And the Rams host Walnut tonight at Carter Field. I don't think Walnut's very strong this year, so the Rams should have no trouble tonight hosting Walnut. You know, I've talked to a lot of people over there about this particular Ram team this year. And a lot of people feel very strongly this is the strongest team that Vardaman has ever fielded in the history of the school. And that goes back to when my father used to play over there back in the 50s. He said nobody since then have been able to compare with the Rams, you know, the caliber team they have fielded this year. As far as the remainder of the season is concerned, Vardaman will be away next Thursday night against Montgomery County, and we may be covering that game. Is that correct?
Yeah, right. And, of course, Montgomery County, the weakest team in the region, so safe to say the Rams will go 11-0, no doubt.
Oh, absolutely. And the punt is away. It's going to sail out of bounds across the way. Wildcats will get some pretty decent field position out of it, I think. And it's going to be marked around the, well, I haven't seen you, around the midfield stripe.
Marked at midfield. Wildcats take over 1st and 10 from midfield.
You know, congratulations are in order for the New York Yankee fans in our area as well.
Has been named Scoreboard Operator of the Year for the 2nd consecutive year.
The Yankees became the first team in a quarter century to win 3 straight World Series championships by defeating the Mets by a score of 4-2 at Shea Stadium this past Thursday night. Congratulations to the Yankees and the Yankee fans in the area. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from the 50. Give goes to the tailback, and he is hammered in the backfield. Good stop defensively. Armstrong with a carry, and he was hit abruptly in the backfield. Let's see if we can pick out a number for you with that stop defensively. Perhaps Stephen Bush, I'm not sure. Defensive tackle. Be a loss of 2. 2nd 12 here for Calhoun City.
I want to know now, honestly, did you tune into a lot of the Subway Series this year?
Oh, absolutely. I watched three full games and bits and pieces of the remaining games.
So definitely the Yankees are the power team so far in the league this year.
Well, I mean, the season's over, so, yeah, they were the power team of the season. No question about that. Of course, I'm a Cardinals fan, so I was disappointed when the Mets put out the Cardinals in the NLCS. Quarterback going to take it himself off the right side. This is LaDuan Pratt with the carry. Nice pickup on the carry. Finally hammered down around the 45-yard line in Biggersville territory. That'll bring up a 3rd down here for the Cats. And maybe about 6 yards to go for the first.
You know, a lot of New Yorkers disappointed, Mitchell, and I would like to see it go 7 games as well, because it's been many, many years since those teams won the World Series, and it was a short-lived one. I think it would have been even better, more of a viewing audience should have went 6 and 7 ball games.
I agree. Certainly Joe Torre deserves to be commended for his performance as the skipper of the Yankees, too. He was at the helm for all 3 Yankee World Series championships, so he really is special, no question about that. Third down here for Calhoun City. It goes to the second man through with daylight on the right side. This is Homer Moore with a carry. He's going to go in for the score. 10-5 touchdown, Calhoun City. And he is bumped down into penalty marker down at the back of the end zone. A little extracurricular activity after Moore had broken the plane. No need for that. Antoine Gaines gave him an extra shove at the end of that touchdown run. That'll be a penalty tacked on, I assume, on the extra point attempt or either on the kickoff, one of the two.
So there's Moore burning him again. He is really using his speed, finding a hole, and hey, we may be seeing the future next year on the running game for the Wildcats, because he's a junior.
That's right.
And really establishing himself here tonight. Looking real good for the Wildcats here of Calhoun City, and that's really going to hurt if you're a Biggersville fan, which I think I've counted about 15 that made the trip down this way, Mitchell, as they have to play catch-up now on the road.
Absolutely. Personal foul call against the Lions with the extra shove at the end of the TD scamper by Moore. That ball's going to be marked around the 2-yard line, it looks as though. So the Wildcats have elected to go the 2-point route here. Quarterback LaDwan Pratt brings his team up out of the 2-man eye in the backfield without split left and right. Pratt with the quarterback keeper, he's in. 2-point conversion will be successful as Pratt called his own number there, got a block, and just cruised into the end zone for 2. Their score, Calhoun City 21, Biggersville 8, with 24 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Let's take a break. You're watching Wildcat football on TV 7, TV 34. Back in a moment. Wildcats will kick off to the Lions here. It's going to be a squibber. Fielded around the 32, fumbled and fell on around the 35. Biggersville having trouble returning some of these kicks tonight. That was Jason Stafford attempting to return the kick for the Lions. So the Lions will be in business offensively with 23.1 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play. 1st and 10 from their own 35.
Well, Mitchell, you know, for the first time in many years, you and I have been doing this. It looks like the Bruce Trojans are out of the playoffs, and I tell you, that is something you and I are not used to, that they'll be sitting at home after next weekend. But, you know, give Rudy Pope credit. They got a young team, a lot of 9th and 10th graders. So we look for things to come good next year from Bruce, as they really struggled this year to really get things going. And a lot of great senior talent graduated last year.
That is indeed a rarity, because it wasn't too many years ago. You and I were in Jackson covering a Bruce 2A state championship game.
Exactly, 1996.
Absolutely. 1st and 10, we'll go the Lions. Give goes to the tailback. He's at the 40-yard line and finally wrestled down. That was Stafford with the carry for the Lions. And on the stop for the Wildcats was Demetrius Brown. Aaron Yates had a hand in the stop as well. Pickup of about six yards, bring up 2 and second down, and about 4 yards to go for the first. Ball is marked at the 42, and there's a horn ending the first stanza. Your score after 1 quarter of play: Calhoun City 21, Biggersville 8. Let's cut you back to the station. You're watching Wildcat football on TV 7, TV 34, your local sports connections. Back in a moment. Welcome back to D.L. Harrison Field. Again, this is Mitchell Johnson along with Bill Morgan. We're pleased to bring you this division matchup this evening. Well, the Wildcats out in front of Biggersville by a score 21-8 as we begin the second quarter of play. Situation is second down here for the Lions, and about 4 yards to go for the first. A long 3, a short 4. Operating from their own 43-yard line. Officials going to stop the play before we can get really get a snap away. Have to wait and see what's going on here. Perhaps a delay of game call. I'm not sure. Have to wait and see. Illegal procedure against the Lions. It'll be a 5-yard assessment. It'll still be second down. No loss of down on the penalty. But that will make it about 8 or 9 to go for the first now for Biggersville from their own 37. Bill, we touched on a moment or two ago some SEC action this week. I'm going to get your predictions here when we have the opportunity. I know you're always right. You never miss one. So our viewing audience is anxious to hear who will win this weekend in the SEC.
You can take these to the bank.
All right. Second and 9 for the Lions. Give goes to tailback with daylight. Out over the 40. and he's going to be ridden down around the 44-yard line.
Stafford.
That was Jason Stafford, 6 foot 170 sophomore. That was Aaron Yates with the stop defensively for the Wildcats. Nice pickup by Stafford. Bring up a third here and about a yard to go. That ball is just shy of the Lion 45-yard line. First game, Bill. Central Florida is at Alabama.
Well, that's a tough one to call.
I'm sure it is. Quarterback sneak off the right side. Plenty of room for a Lion first down. What will the final outcome score be, do you think?
Without Dante Culpepper, it's going to be roll tide. Is anybody surprised by that, of course?
Really?
2-touchdown win for Alabama at least.
I would go even farther than that. I'd say
I'm giving him credit.
maybe 20, maybe a 20-point win or more. I guarantee you this. I can tell you the score of the game before the game ever starts, and I bet you $1,000 right now I'll get it right.
You think you're going to be close?
Before the game ever starts.
Before it starts, okay.
That's
What is
the
it?
key, 0-0.
Hey, I'm going to write that down.
Before the game ever starts.
I'm going to hold
That's
you on
the
that
catchphrase.
That's
Got
right.
$1,000 riding on it. Okay. First and 10. We'll go the Lions here. Give goes to the tailback. He's got daylight now off the right side. Plenty of room. Antoine Gaines with the carry. He's being chased finally and fumbles the ball inside the 20. Ball still loose, and I think the Wildcats recovered. Let's wait and see. I think the officials may whistle it dead. They may say that the ground caused the fumble, which it cannot do. The officials going to mark it, I think, around the 20-yard line. And the Lions will maintain possession off the great run on the part of Antoine Gaines, 5'9", 150, senior running back. He showed a little speed of his own that time, Bill. What do you think?
I guarantee you, and I tell you, that was close, boy. That was close. I tried to see it, but it was real close. But Gaines, a great job, great run. Biggersville on the move once again, and the ball bounces their way once again. They're going to maintain possession, have a great opportunity now to get right back in this game, trailing 21-8.
Absolutely. We're just getting underway with the second quarter, 10:48 to be exact, and the clock is on the move. Quarterback up under center. Give goes to the first man through on delayed draw, I think. That was Montoya Leonard with the carry, 5'11", 200 junior fullback. Finding they're going rough and tough right up the gut there. And on the stop defensively for the Cats was LaDwan Pratt and B.G. Floyd.
Second down and 8.
Second and about 7 here.
About the 18.
We'll call it 8. Second and 8 facing Biggersville here.
You know, one thing about the Crimson Tide, Mitchell, we were talking about they're going to have their stingers out because of the Tennessee game, which that was a game I did believe Tennessee would win. Unlike a lot of people picked, they did pick Alabama, but I was with the Orange all the way. I figured they would win, and Alabama's going to be ready to play, no doubt.
Yeah, they may take out their frustrations on Central Florida. Steve on the right side goes for a little gain, if any. I think he lost yardage on that carry. Good pursuit defensively on the part of the Wildcats. Another big SEC game this weekend will be Georgia and Florida. Are they playing at Georgia or Florida? I'm not sure. I don't have it listed here.
Well, it's going to be the traditional spot, Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, kind of neutral there.
What do you think? Bulldogs or Gators?
That's going to be, you know, as we know, that's the battle for the East. That's going to be the Eastern Division champion. Unlike the West, where there's so many teams that still got a shot at it, that's for all the marbles, and you can bet Spurrill will have them ready. I think Georgia's going to be Gator bait.
All right, I heard that. This is Antoine Gaines with a carry left side. It's going to be tackled inside the 15, down around the 13 or 12-yard line. And on the stop for the Cats was Homer Moore. Penalty marker down around the offensive line of scrimmage. I have to wait and get the penalty infraction here. Holding against Biggersville. That'll be a 10-yard assessment against the Lions. So that will nullify the good run off the left side here. So you think Florida will beat Georgia? I
really believe in Jacksonville, Florida. The Gators will be victorious and win the East, a position they're used to having. They've been there so many times. I'm for Georgia, but I'm afraid Florida will win the game. What do you think?
Well, you know, a lot of people thought Florida would make dog meat out of MSU this year, too. We all know what happened at Scott Field, so anything's possible.
Right.
I agree with you. I wish Georgia would win. I'll be pulling for that section of the country as far as Bulldogs are concerned, out of the East. But I'm afraid the Gators will beat Georgia. Middle Tennessee State will play at Mississippi State. MSU homecoming.
You're going to give me time. Let me ponder that one.
Hey, don't take them lightly. Don't take anyone lightly in Division I college football.
Right.
Third and forever here for the Lions. Quarterback rolls to his right. Lionel Gaines wants to throw. Looking. Running out of time. Passes in the air. Throwing it up for grabs here. And it's going to be caught. I don't know. Let's see here. Incomplete. A number 3 had his hands on it, who we don't have a listing for, number 3 in our program for the Lions. Could not come down to the reception in bounds, so they'll bring up the third down here, and again, about 20 yards to go for the first. Make it fourth down, 4th and 20. We'll see what the Lion coaching staff elect to do in this situation, operating from Calhoun City territory around the 29-yard line. Arkansas plays at Auburn, another SEC big matchup, Bill. What do you think?
Oh, that's Tigers all the way.
Tigers and Razorbacks, you going to go with the Tigers?
Tigers on the Plains. Tommy Tuberville will have them ready to go. Auburn too strong, too good of a running game. It'll be Auburn all the way.
Biggersville going for it here on 4th and 20. Quarterback Gaines wants to throw again, puts up an air ball in double coverage. Pass is going to be picked off. And this is LaDuan Pratt with the interception. Going to be ran out of bounds around the 1 or 2 yard line, I think. That was really an ill-fated pass from the get-go. Quarterback Gaines just threw it up for grabs into double coverage, asking for trouble there. Trying to make something out of nothing, obviously. He was feeling some defensive pressure, and it resulted in an INT for the Wildcats.
And I don't know as good a runner as he is. If maybe he would have had a seam, he could have maybe got some yards running the ball rather than throwing up that pass like he did. But, yeah, you can see disaster on that and LaDuan Pratt coming up with an interception.
We know that usually there's always an upset every Saturday in the SEC. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Razorbacks will upset the Tigers.
Oh, my goodness.
Don't hold me to that.
So they're due a good game.
They're due a good game.
They've had a tough year. They've lost some key players to injury.
They sure have. UNLV will be at Ole Miss. We'll cover that one right after this play. Wildcats 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. It goes to the second man through off the left side. That was Yates. Yates with a carry, I think. Not much pickup on that carry.
Maybe gain of about 1, going to bring up a 2nd down and 9.
UNLV at Ole Miss, Bill. What do you think?
Well, the Rebels had a week off after that humiliating loss at Tuscaloosa. You look for them to get back on track. David Cutcliffe will have his team ready to go. And I see a big day for Deuce McAllister if he's healthy. I see a big day for Merrill Miller. Although UNLV has played some very good football, there'll be no match for SEC opponent Ole Miss.
I agree with you there. 2nd and 9 facing the Wildcats here, again from around their own 4-yard line here. It goes to the first man through, and he is hit and hammered down. That was Homer Moore, 5'10", 185, fullback junior with a carry. Bring up a 3rd down here, and again about 9 to go.
You know, Mitchell, the coach that's coaching UNLV, I've heard our counterpart Don Brooks say he would love to get his autograph. Robinson, that was with the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's the coach of UNLV, so he'll be at the Oxford campus, and I know that's kind of a big thing to see him there coaching the NFL for many years.
Absolutely, no question about that. Possession play facing the Wildcats here from deep in their own territory, around the 4. Quarterback up under center. Option on the right side is fumble, finally picked up there and finally ridden down. That was Derek Armstrong with a carry finally, the sophomore, 5'9", 175. Bring up the 4th down. And what looks to be maybe 7 yards to go for the first punting situation for Calhoun City. Near their own end zone, around the 4, I think, somewhere in that neighborhood. So the Wildcats will be booting it away to the Lions here.
Well, you know, Biggersville's going to get great field position right here and have an opportunity to capitalize here before the half. And credit their defense for doing the job here, holding the Wildcats. And as we said, they got their own man back on the 40-yard line. Should have great field position and could get a good return here.
Lionel Gaines back to receive the punt for the Lions. And the punt is away, almost blocked. And that was Derek Armstrong with the punting choice for the Wildcats. Rolls out of bounds around the 31, 32-yard line. So as you mentioned, Bill Morgan, the Biggersville Lions will start this series in excellent field position, operating from Wildcat territory around the 31 to 32. 6 minutes, 42 seconds remain to be played in the second quarter, first half. Your score is Calhoun City 21, Biggersville 8.
Yeah, there's been some great tradition over here. A lot of great me and you've seen some North Half championships won right here on this field.
Oh, absolutely.
And a lot of great tradition here at Calhoun City. And a little bit down this year, but, you know, their program will be back. They've got a lot of young guys as well, and they'll be right back in the hunt next year.
Lionel Gaines sets that wishbone in the backfield, wide out to the left side. Pitch sweep is fumble. Ball is loose on the field and recovered by Calhoun City, I think. That will be the case. Well, an alert defensive player for the Wildcats fell on the loose ball. The Wildcats will be in business 1st and 10. So the Lions really self-destruct there, Bill, after getting the excellent field position here in Wildcat territory. Fumble on the first offensive play.
Yeah, and then earlier when they were driving, I believe they turned it over again. So really they've had 2 opportunities here, and costly turnovers have cost them both times. Wildcats now will have an opportunity to really stretch it out.
LaDuan Pratt sets a 2-man eye in the backfield, 2 wideouts to the left side. Here goes the first man through. Homer Moore with a carry. Not much daylight there for Moore. Good defensive stand, and we have another fumble on the play and recovered by the Lions.
Wow.
Turnovers. The Wildcats return the favor to the Lions. Consecutive turnovers here in the midsection of the second quarter of play.
Well, I tell you what, the ball's bounced Biggersville's way a couple of times when it could have been Calhoun City's ball, and now they get the turnover right back. So fate really going their way right now. They just need to move the chains and get back in this ball game here.
They score here, they will make a game of it, no question about it. They only trail 21-8, so they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Out of the wishbone in the backfield, give goes to the first man through on the left side. And this was Montoya Leonard with the carry. And he is brought down by Cody Childress. Cody's been busy this evening, 5'11", 230, sophomore defensive lineman. Be a loss on the carry, bring up a second down. We'll call it 11 to go for the first.
You know, I never did get your prediction on the Mississippi State Middle Tennessee game.
Like
you
said,
remember that Port Charles Womack side of the game?
Yeah, I do know that, and that is such a toughie, I'm telling you. But you know, it's those kind of games you really can't overlook because anyone is suspect to beat anyone else with parity in Division I college football.
Absolutely.
Pitch sweep on the right side is going to go for a major gain on that carry. That was Jason Stafford with the carry for Biggersville. Major pickup on the right side there before he's finally upended by a host of Wildcat defenders. One more game out of the SEC to talk about. Tennessee is at South Carolina. Who do you like?
Wow. That to me, that's the toss-up game of the week. I tell you, the Volunteers really got back on track with the win over Alabama. They're going to go to South Carolina. That's hostile environment, 80,000 screaming Gamecocks there. And you can bet Lou Holtz and his team will be up for that ball game. They've already earned a bowl, and they're playing now the last three games, the Big Orange Crush, trying to get more respect. Now I look for South Carolina to pull it out.
Well, I'm going to go against you. I'm going to say the Volunteers will win.
Wow.
At South Carolina. So we differ on Georgia, Florida, and we differ on Tennessee, South Carolina.
In a close one, right?
In a close one.
In a close one.
You know, you know that Tennessee is my second most favorite team in the nation behind Mississippi State. But they've really disappointed me a couple of times this year, especially against Florida at Knoxville. I really thought they had that game won, and it was a controversial call at the very end. But I don't know. I got a feeling Tennessee is going to beat South Carolina tomorrow. Fourth down, and the Lions will go for it here. Give goes off the right side. First down yardage by Stafford, I think. And that was Jason Stafford with the carry. 6-footer, 170, sophomore running back off the right side. That should move the sticks. It should be a first down. I think that will be the case. Chain crew moved the sticks across the way on the far sideline. 1st and 10 will go the Lions.
I like Steve Spurrier comment after the defeat of Tennessee, where Spurrier did say, well, the better team today did not win the game.
Exactly.
That they were outplayed for 4 quarters and won a ball game.
Right.
And very disappointed in his team's play. But, you know, you go into Knoxville and you win a ball game, I come out excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, no matter who you are.
Right.
1st and 10 will go the Lions. Fake pitch sweep and give off the right side goes for a little gain to Montoya Leonard. I tell you what, that fake pitch that the quarterback is giving every time there, Lionel Gaines, is really taking too much time. He's trying to fake the pitch sweep off the right side or the left side and then make the handoff up the middle. And by the time he does all that, that gives the Wildcat defense plenty of time to make some serious penetration up the middle.
Exactly. Taking a little too much time there, and the Wildcat defense capitalizing on it for a loss there.
There's an injured player down, I think, or it was one down for the Lions. Maybe it's okay now. Clock is at 3 minutes and 59 seconds remaining in the first half of play, second quarter. The score is Calhoun City 21, Biggersville 8.
Mitchell, I know you're going to be ready to hit the hunting trail when you win this Remington 12-gauge shotgun. I know you registered for.
Well, I got into duck hunting big time last year, and I've got a nice 12-gauge now, but you can always use a spare.
Sure.
But I wouldn't bet the farm on me winning this thing tonight, I'm telling you.
I hear you got pretty good luck.
Comes in spurts.
Yeah.
I've got luck. It's not always good luck, that's for sure. Second and about 9 here for the Lions. Pitch sweep on the right side, going to Stafford. Penalty markers down all over the field. He is hammered down in the backfield, lost on the carry. Let's see what the penalties are all about.
And that was thrown in the backfield. I don't know if that was I don't know if that was a face mask or what happened, but it was great defensive penetration by the Wildcats, very aggressive on the defense, and I tell you, the Wildcat defense rising to the occasion here.
Yeah, that was against Calhoun City, and that's a face mask call. It remains to be seen if it was a major. It would be a major assessment of 15 yards or a minor one of 5 yards. Just wait and see here if it was coincidental or not. Looks like it's going to be a major penalty here against Calhoun City, and that should give Biggersville a first down. I think. Or it'll be close. It will be a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions from the Wildcat 12-yard line.
12-yard line.
3.5 minutes remaining in the half now. Lions knocking on the door deep in Wildcat territory inside the red zone. Here goes the tailback off the left side. Dancing, twisting, turning is Antoine Gaines. Fighting his way down inside to close to the 5-yard line. That'll make it to 6. That'll bring up a second down here for Biggersville. And about 3 to go for the first.
The Lions have a great opportunity here, Mitchell, to really get back in this ball game. They have really shot themselves in the foot the last couple of times they've had a chance, and now you must think they must score a touchdown here and go in with a big positive here at the halftime.
Ivan Crump checks in offensively for the Lions. It's going to be split wide to the left side as your quarterback Lionel Gaines sets the wishbone in the backfield for Biggersville. He goes to the first man through off the right side this time. Not much room for Montoya Leonard. Leonard's a 200-pound fullback junior. Not much daylight there. Bringing up your 3rd down here. We'll call it now 4 to go for the first. Loss of a yard on the previous carry.
Bring up 3rd down and 4.
Double subs coming in for the Lions as Lionel Gaines, I think, checks back into the game, as does a number 11. Again, who we unfortunately don't have a listing for in our roster. Same offensive set for the Lions. 3rd down here. Give goes right up the gut there for a gain of 2 or 3 on the carry. I think he may be a little shy of first down yardage, however, but it's going to be close. Maybe too close to call from here.
Yeah, he's very close. He had a good hole and made a good run, and he's really awfully close. I think they're going to have to measure for it.
I think that's correct. Clock winding down at 2:05 and stopped now with the chain crew coming on to check the measurement.
We're going to have a timeout for measurement.
See if indeed the Biggersville Lions have earned the first down deep in Wildcat territory. Very close.
Just short.
Around a foot to go.
Wow.
I don't think the Lion coaching staff really have much of an option here. They've got to go for it here. 4th down.
I'll give them 10 inches.
And under a foot, according to the public address announcer Barry Black downstairs. He doesn't think they even lack a foot to go for the first.
He said it was 10 inches now.
That's what he said.
10 inches.
He's got eagle eyes. If he can tell 10 inches from 12 inches this far away, I'm telling you. Wildcat defense all set to dig in here and make the defensive stand. Quarterback sneak off the right side. He got it, I think. Touchdown. Touchdown, Biggersville. Officials indicate touchdown, field level. He broke the plane to put 6 more up on the board for the Lions. Make it a 21-14 contest with 1 minute and 57 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
And Gaines gets behind that offensive line. He gets that big push and right over and breaks the plane. He's a good athlete, doing a great job keeping his team in the ball game here in the first half of play.
Just like you said a few minutes ago, Bill, these Lions are right back in this thing. They only trail by a touchdown now and an extra point. We'll see here if the Lions let go the PAT route or the 2-point conversion route to try to cut even more into some of this lead. They'll be going for 2 here. Gaines out of the same set offensively. Wildcats stack a lot of men across the defensive front. This is Gaines with a carry trying to get in. They will not do so. He is stopped shy of the goal line. So the score will stand Calhoun City 21, Biggersville 14, 1:57 remaining in the first half of play. Let's take a break. Back in a moment.
Number 28, Homer Moore, and number 78, Cody Childers.
1 minute, 57 seconds remain to be played in the first half of play. Back to receive the kick for the Wildcats will be Aaron Yates, the deep back. Stafford approaches the ball, and the kick is away right down the center of the field. Make that Derek Armstrong on a return. He's at the 30, 35, dancing around, trying to find some daylight, and he does so at the midfield stripe, still on his feet. Cuts cross field. Great return on Armstrong's part, finally down around the 32. What a return on the part of Derek Armstrong, 5'9", 175. He's a sophomore, doing it on special teams that time. So Calhoun City will have excellent field position and 1 minute and 46 seconds of operating time available in the first half of play to try to put some more points on the board here before halftime.
Well, Mitchell, another big game. We'll talk about Houston and Amory tonight. A team you've covered a good bit, the Hilltoppers. fighting tonight to get a win and pretty much assure themselves a playoff spot, which they didn't get last year at with a 10-1 record. But Amory coming in a little bit down this year, and I think the Hilltoppers have a great chance of knocking them off tonight.
I agree with you. I think going in on paper, the Hilltoppers, that is, should win that contest at Houston tonight. Pratt wants to throw all alone down the field, and it's going to be dropped.
Wow.
Incomplete. Trying to go to Anthony Armstrong. Armstrong, 6', 175 tight end. He's a sophomore. Could not come down to the reception, and he was wide open, Bill.
Wide open, and you know he can field that one, boy. He wanted that pass. That was 6 points, just as sure as you catch it, and that has to hurt because he was all alone. Great job of getting open there, and just dropping the ball. Hey, I can't say anything. I've done it all the time.
Checking in offensively for the Wildcats will be Jonathan Griffin. He's a wide receiver, sophomore, 5'10", 160. He brings into play from the sideline. 2nd and 10 facing Calhoun City here. Operating from Lion territory around the 35-36. Pratt up under center, fumbles the snap, picks it back up. He's going to roll right, try to get what he can out of the play. He's at the 40, 35-30, 25-20. Finally bumped out of bounds around the 20-yard line. Great run on the part of LaDuan Pratt, 6', 195. He's a senior. Billy really made something out of nothing that time as he fumbled the snap. He felt immediately he had to do something quick because there was some pretty good penetration defensively implied by the Lions there. Good effort on his part, individual effort.
Yeah, LaDuan Pratt, a fine athlete. We saw him really come on strong last year as he was quarterback. He hadn't played the quarterback slot the whole season here. He started off and then he wasn't. Now he's back at quarterback. I think that's a good move because he makes great decisions as a senior and he can run the ball well.
Out of the two-man eye now with a wide out left and right. Give goes the first man through on the right side. And that was Homer Moore with the carry, 5'10", 185. He's a fullback junior. Give him 4 or 5 on the carry. We'll call it 4. We'll give him 5. Bring up a 2nd down here and 5 yards to go for the Wildcats, operating from the 15-yard line of Biggersville.
But back to that ball game, the Houston-Amory game, Mitchell. You know, Amory beat South Pontotoc last week 41-0. I talked to one of South's coaches, and they said it wasn't even that close.
Wow.
And then Houston big time over Caledonia, 57-8. So that makes for a great ball game tonight. But I'm like you. I think Houston is really balanced out, real well loaded with running backs, and they spread their wealth out. And I really think they'll give Amory all they want tonight.
I agree. You know, it was really a heartbreaker a couple of weeks ago when Houston went into Shannon and lost by a score of 21-19. 2-point difference, and that was, of course, with Tops healthy at the quarterback helm at Shannon. But I don't know. You know, it's a strange season. It goes all the way from junior high all the way to the NFL this year. It's really one of the strangest years I've ever seen as far as football is concerned. So you never know how it's going to turn out. As you mentioned earlier, Houston 10-1 last year, only 1 loss all season, and missing the playoffs due to an Amory defeat over Shannon the last regular season game of the year.
Exactly.
So you never know how this thing is going to turn out until the fat lady sings, as they say.
And, you know, even with the Hilltopper victory, nothing's decided until Shannon and Amory play next week because you'll have a 3-way tie there. So,
absolutely.
You know, hey, we still got 2 more weeks of football
Absolutely.
here.
You never know. That's exactly right.
We can play it out on paper, but they've got to play it on the field. And,
That's true.
And try to win by as many points as you can when it gets this late in the season.
Well, Don's familiar with that point system spread as far as the playoffs are concerned. I don't keep up with that part of it. But, or you and I, either one, I think you agree you don't keep up with it either. But it's interesting, no question about that. 2nd down and 5 here for Calhoun City. 1:25 remaining on the clock in the first half. Pratt with a give to the tailback, nowhere to go. Armstrong with a carry, and he's upended. And on the stop defensively for the Lions was Jason Stafford, linebacker. And lost a yard on the play, bring up a 3rd down here, and about 7 to go for the first down. Clock is on the move at 1:05 and counting in the first half. LaDuan Pratt up under center. He wants to throw. Rolling left, passes in the air. It's going to be intercepted from the goal line. Down the field he goes. And this is Lionel Gaines on the return. Finally appended around the 33, 34-yard line. And that tackle was made by Derek Armstrong. Armstrong perhaps making a TV-saving tackle off the INT by the Lions.
Not a good pass by Pratt. He just waited on the ball and able to get the interception, and Pratt might have been better off to run that one himself. A bad pass as it was underthrown.
52.9 seconds remain to be played in the first half. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions from their own 35-yard line. If I was a betting man, Bill, I believe I would bet to see a few passes being thrown here in the last minute of the first half. What do you think?
I'm going to say they may go a little bit of an air attack here.
You would think so, but they may just elect to run the clock now. No, they're going to throw it off 1st down here. as your quarterback Lionel Gaines rolls left, wants to throw, nowhere to throw it to. Finally ran out of bounds around the 46, 47-yard line. Stop the clock. That's a good factor as far as the Lions are concerned. Got out of bounds to stop the clock and got enough yards to justify a first down, I think. This Gaines kid is plenty swift out of the backfield, and you give him a lane to run in, you give him an inch, he'll take a mile.
I guarantee he can find that corner in a hurry. He's not the man you want getting an interception when you've got to catch him from behind, because he has really got the burners, and he has shown here tonight up and down the field.
He certainly has. It'll be 1st and 10 for Biggersville from their own 46-47. 46.4 seconds remain in the first half of play. Calhoun City 21, Biggersville 14. Gaines wants to throw once again. Under pressure. Major heat, going to be sacked around the 39-yard line. Good defensive pressure being applied that time by Randall Stovall, 6', 195 defensive lineman junior.
By number 68, Randall Stovall.
That ball's going to be marked back around the 39-yard line. Big loss on that sack play, bring up a second down here. And what looks to be maybe 17 to go for the first. Timeout Biggersville with 37.5 seconds remaining in the first half of play. 21-14 your score.
I tell you, Mitchell, while we got a timeout here, let's talk a minute since we're on the cable. Also, in Water Valley viewers picking us up, well, how about those Blue Devils losing one game and barely losing to Corinth? But that was not a division game. They're going to win their division more than likely, and they are sitting on top. Boy, they're going to get to host the first round at home. So congratulations to Coach Chick Drew and staff, really doing the job over there. They've really got a balanced team this year, and I really look for them to easily win that first. Well, I take that back. They could play Ripley, but at least they do get to play at home. I had to rethink that. Rosa Ford, who they had to play for the division title last week, we heard news today, had an ineligible player. So Rosa Ford, I think, has been eliminated from the playoffs by virtue of an ineligible player. So that's kind of, like you say, a strange season. But
it's been strange this year. It really has.
Congratulations, Blue Devils. Anyway, they've had a great team this year, and hopefully they can do well in the playoffs.
Well, year in, year out, you can just about count on Water Valley fielding a pretty decent football team. I know it's probably been a long time since they've had a losing season, I would think. I'm not sure about their recent record the last 5 or 6 years, but they usually field a pretty solid football team. Second down and about 17 yards to go here for the Lions. Quarterback Gaines wants to throw, in trouble now. He's going to be sacked around the 14-yard line. And once again, you can credit Randall Stovall with a stop. Stovall with the last 2 sacks consecutively for Calhoun City. Really doing a nice job defensively for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Stovall has really moved his feet well tonight and penetrated the line and done a great job for that defense. And I tell you, he's really picked it up for the defense here tonight for Calhoun City, and credit him with 2 big sacks there. And that really hurts if you're a Biggersville fan.
Absolutely. And I think the clock operator has elected just to let the time run out on the clock. It will be the case. 1 second. And we're out of time here in the first half of play. The first half is officially history. Calhoun City 21, Biggersville 14 after 1 half of football. Let's go over our sponsor list with you while we have the opportunity. We would like to remind everyone to stay tuned for the halftime entertainment. We're going to have a tribute to the 1980 Calhoun City High School undefeated football team. Several members of the team will be here. I know Andy Hamilton, Andy Hamilton's sister, I got in touch with her today, Selena. She wanted to make sure that we filmed this halftime show. So, Selena, we've got this on tape for you, hon, and we're going to do the best we can. We're also going to be entertained by the Calhoun City High School Marching Band. And I'll go over a sponsor list with you this evening. They will include Grisani Rebel Motors in Oxford, Classic Exteriors in Houston for professional vinyl siding installation, Pylan Wholesale Furniture in Pylan, Calhoun Apparel Incorporated Calhoun City, Parker Brothers Trucking in Derma, Fred's Pharmacy in Calhoun City and Vardaman, Merchants and Farmers Bank in Bruce, TDS Telecom Incorporated in Calhoun City, Treasurer's Jewelry located in the Oxford Mall, Custom Coverage Insurance Bruce, Pryor Funeral Home in Calhoun City, Bonnie's Pageant Formal Wear Bruce, Union Planters Bank in Bruce, Bucks One Stop Calhoun City, Hunter's Hollow in Oxford, Warehouser Company in Bruce, Kelwood Company, Kelwood Factory Outlet right here in Calhoun City, and the Gold Exchange in Calhoun City. All fine sponsors of Wildcat and Lion football this evening. Bill, you want to take a break and come back to some halftime entertainment?
I tell you, let's do that and hear from some of our fine sponsors and be back with the Calhoun City halftime show, as well as this recognition of this special football team. You stay with us. We'll be back with more on TV7, your local sports connection.
just as we mentioned a moment or two ago, here is the 1980-81 undefeated Calhoun City High School football team.
The team consisted
Well, the majority of them anyway.
Philip Knight,
Andy Hamilton, Philip Knight,
David Bevel,
David Bevel,
split in, Todd Knight
Todd Knight,
at quarterback, at running back, Charles Bobo.
Charles Bobo.
Also at running back was Neil Welch.
Neil Welch.
Also at running back was Vince Varnado.
Vince Varnado.
John Beasley at halfback.
John Beasley.
Howard Armstrong at halfback.
Howard Armstrong.
Eddie Armstrong at split in.
Eddie Armstrong.
Forrest Willis at flanker.
Forrest Willis.
Jay Vaughn at flanker.
Jay Vaughn.
Perry Lyles, who everybody knows coaches at Calhoun, couldn't be here.
Perry Lyles.
Randy Dye at guard.
Randy Dye.
Tim Holloway at center.
Tim Holloway.
Odie Edmond at guard.
Odie Edmond.
David Magnus at end.
David Magnus.
John Wells at guard.
John Wells.
Bill Wolf at guard.
Bill Wolf.
Ben Threadgill at tackle.
Ben Threadgill.
Joe Walls at tackle.
Joe Walls.
Mike Denley at tackle.
Mike Denley.
Tommy Miles at tackle.
Tommy Miles.
Mike Jones at center.
Mike Jones.
Ted Nix at tackle.
Ted Nix.
Charles Jennings at end.
Charles Jennings.
And Reginald Welch at end.
Reginald Welch.
These Calhoun City Wildcats were the Pontotoc Ridge champions
Pontotoc
for
Ridge champions.
1980-81, and they were second in the state. And that's back when there wasn't a playoff system. That was from 5A down to 1A. Their record in conference play was 6-0.
6-0 in conference play.
Their overall record was 10-0. They had 5 shutouts and only allowed 49 points scored on the whole year.
My word.
While scoring 344 points during the season.
344 points being scored for Calhoun City that year, 80-81.
6 of the players made all conference, and I'll ask them if they would to step forward and raise their hand. Neil Welch.
All conference players now.
Charles
Neil Welch.
Bobo,
Charles Bobo.
at running back. Todd Knight
Todd Knight.
is the quarterback. Tommy Miles.
Tommy Miles. Ben
Ben Threadgill.
Threadgill.
Tackle. And Bill Wolf at guard.
Bill Wolf.
The principal that year was Brother Billy Wells.
Brother Billy Wells, the
Coaches
principal.
were Mike
that year.
Justice,
Mike Justice,
Jeff
coach.
Hawkins,
Jeff Hawkins.
Harold Thornton.
Harold Thornton.
This is the only undefeated team in the history of Calhoun City High School football.
Wow.
In 1959, the team went undefeated, but they did have one tie. They beat Faulkner, South Pontotoc, Blue Mountain, Coffeyville, Eupora, Bruce, Vardaman, Walnut, North Pontotoc, and Houston. And I had a fax day before yesterday from Coach Mike Justice, and he says this: to all Wildcats and their fans, congratulations, what a team. I would like to express what an honor and privilege it was to be part, although a small part, of the 1980 Calhoun City Wildcat football team. This team achieved what very few people ever see: perfection. Calhoun City will always be a large part of my family's life. It is a great town with wonderful people and an undefeated, untamed Calhoun City Wildcat football team. Best wishes to all my guys, and you will always be with me. Your coach, Mike Justice, and I present to you the 1980-81 Calhoun City undefeated football team.
Big round of applause going up for the 1980-81 undefeated Calhoun City High School football team on the field. What an accomplishment, Bill. What do you think?
I tell you what, that's really special to come back after 20 years. Recognition there, undefeated. As the gentleman said, Mitchell, not many people even get to experience that. I believe that was from the quote from Mike Justice, experience having perfection as they did. And, you know, just congratulations to all those guys. I know it's a tremendous accomplishment. Great to see them recognized here on the very field where that took place.
Oh, it's amazing. It's really great for the school. It's great for the guys that were a member of the team. They're getting their picture made together down there now. It's good for the Calhoun City fans. This is good for the whole organization.
You know, you and I have seen some mighty great football teams here, some twice in the 90s go to the state championship from Calhoun City, but never undefeated. So this is that lets us know it's some kind of accomplishment.
Absolutely. A thought here, talking about undefeated teams. We have an undefeated team so far in the county. We talked about that earlier, the Vardaman Rams. They have a chance to go undefeated in this 2000 campaign. It remains to be seen if the Rams can go through the playoffs as we have them now. They mentioned this team on the field right here, the 80-81 Wildcats, did not have the playoff system then as we know it today. Can Vardaman go through the playoffs undefeated and win the state championship this year? They feel a strong team, no doubt about it.
Absolutely, I agree with you, and they have the talent to do it. Certainly, you got to think about wearing Durant, but Vardaman definitely has the talent. I think they're as good as anybody in the north and possibly the state. So, but as you say, it'll remain to be seen. Definitely, though, 11-0 in regular season, no doubt.
Now we're about to be entertained by the Calhoun City High School Marching Band as we get the last few shots of the 1980-81 undefeated Calhoun City High School football team. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the halftime entertainment.
Next, we will feature the drum line, color guard, and a multitude of additional solos by performing the jump swing and the chico. The Wildcat Band closes tonight's program with the timeless classic When a Man Loves a Woman, made famous by Percy Sledge. Under the full direction of Drum Major Taylor Wright, the 2000 Wildcat Marching Band. The color guard instructor is Stephanie Lucius. Color guard captain is Michelle Terry, and drum captain is Ben Russell. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's program.
And welcome back to TV7, TV34. Bill Morgan along with Mitchell Johnson bringing you the action here tonight from D.L. Harrison Field, the Boneyard in Calhoun City. Wildcats leading 21-14 over Biggersville as we get set for second half action. We've had a great halftime with the Calhoun City Wildcat Marching Band, also recognizing the undefeated 1980 Wildcat football team. And most all the team was here tonight, well represented anyway, and congratulations, to those guys on a perfect year in 1980 and doing a great job, and enjoyed the halftime show. Our sponsors tonight, part of them, Pizza Palace, the daily buffet served Monday through Saturday. Bill Cockles and staff, the best pizza around, delivery in the city limits. Pizza Palace on the Square and Bruce. Tell Pizza Bill we sent you by from TV7, and he'll make it to order, or the buffet lunch Monday through Saturday. Go by and see Pizza Palace on the Square, proud to sponsor Calhoun City here tonight. Mitchell.
And the second half is underway. The kickers go on the right side and take a few rolls around the 15-yard line. They picked up there on the part of Anthony Armstrong.
Taking the ball and bringing it back about 10 yards to the Calhoun City.
Make that Jonathan Griffin on the return for the Cats.
24-yard line.
Makes it to 24. It'll be first and 10 for Calhoun City with the first offensive series of the second half. First and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Just underway with the second half of play is Calhoun City 21, Biggersville 14. From D.L. Harrison Field here in Calhoun City. Bill, this is first game back for me off of about a 5 or 6 week layoff. I had to gather my crop there, and now I'm back on the broadcast booth, and it's enjoyable being out here at the high school football game tonight.
It's good to have you back.
Fumble snap on the play and recovered by the Lions. I think that will be the case. Big break for Biggersville here as the Wildcats fumble the first offensive line play of the second half and lose the fumble to the Lions of Biggersville. Big break for the Lions.
Yeah, we've seen several turnovers tonight, and many of them favoring Biggersville. And now the Lions will have an opportunity to really open it up here and try to tie this ball game up down 21-14 as the ball tumbles their way again. First down, Biggersville.
Lionel Gaines with the wishbone in the backfield, wide out to the right side. Give goes to the tailback. Not much daylight there for Jason Stafford, 6-footer. Running back, 170. He's a sophomore. Be a loss of a yard, we'll call it. Bring up a second down and 11 situation here for the Lions.
Tackle made by number 6.
Ball is resting in Wildcat territory around the 22-23. Wildcats really in a must-win situation here tonight. As we mentioned pregame, they need to defeat these Lions of Biggersville and need some help from Hamilton tonight as well in their game against Maben.
Give up the middle to
Give
Leonard.
goes up the gut there for a little gain, if any. Pretty good stop defensively on the part of the Wildcats. And once again, in on the stop for the Wildcats will be Randall Stovall.
Number 75, B.G.
And Mitchell, so should the Wildcats get in and get that fourth spot, I believe they would travel to Durant. So it'd be a very tough game right off the bat in the playoffs for these Wildcats. Of course, they got to get in first. With a win tonight, a little help from Hamilton. Hopefully they can squeak in, and they'll definitely probably go on the road and have a tough game that first week.
Third down situation here for the Lions and about 9 yards to go. Quarterback Gaines on the keeper on the left side, wants to option it back. Ball is loose, fumbled, and recovered, I think, by the Wildcats. Have to wait and see here. That will be the case. Coming up with a loose ball for Calhoun City will be B.G. Floyd. Floyd is the junior, 6'3", 230, offensive and defensive lineman. Coming up with a loose ball for Calhoun City. Turnover here. We've seen a couple of 3 turnovers here in the contest so far here tonight. They can't blame it on the slick ball, Bill, because there's been no rain forever here in Calhoun County area.
19 for the Wildcats.
I tell you, firsthand as a farmer that definitely it's dry.
No question about that.
No wetness on the field tonight here.
First and 10 for the Cats from their own 18, 19-yard line. Pratt up under center. Pitch sweep on the left side. Going to Derek Armstrong, trying to turn a corner, and does so. Finally ridden down around the 20. I thought he was going to be able to pick up more yardage than that, but he was tracked down nicely by that Lion defense, stringing it along the line of scrimmage. Gaines with a stop defensively.
About 1.
Bring up a second down here. 9 to go for Calhoun City.
Bring up a second down and 9.
You were talking about the drought, Bill. I talked to my brother a little while ago about this drought. He heard some meteorologists talking in Jackson. They said, well, one of these kind of droughts happens perhaps once every 100 years. So maybe we won't have to worry with another one in our lifetime anyway.
Absolutely. I know a lot of people looking for rain, big time, including myself.
Pratt up under center, 2 men eye in the backfield, wide out split to the right side. Pratt wants to throw, ball is in the air way down the field, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Antoine Gaines. Pass was intended for Jonathan Griffin, I think. Gaines coming down with the INT for Biggersville.
46-yard line.
You know, that's his second interception tonight, Mitchell. He's really doing the job on both sides of the ball for Biggersville tonight. He intercepted one in the first half. There's another great job by Gaines, and just fortunate for Calhoun City, he was on the ground immediately, or he might have had a chance to really return that ball, and we'd see some more of the speed. But he's really holding his team in here tonight.
Absolutely. The Lions are in business once again offensively. 1st and 10 from their own 45, 46-yard line. Pitch sweep on the right side, going to Jason Stafford, trying to turn the corner, needs a block, going to be hit down around the line of scrimmage. Perhaps a slight loss on the carry. 2nd and 10, we'll call it for Biggersville.
Tackle made by number 78, Cody Childers.
Clock is on the move with under 9.5 minutes remaining in the third. It's Calhoun City 21, Biggersville 14.
I tell you, I noticed on the national weather map earlier this morning on the Today Show, it's raining all around us. It's raining around Texas, raining up north, raining over to the east. It's just missing Mississippi and this Alabama area in here.
You certainly are. I tell you what, someone needs to start paying the preacher better around here. I don't know what's going on. 2nd and 10 for the Lions. Quarterback in the pocket, passes away. It's going to be caught, and this is the number 3. We don't have a listing for Harris, I think. Finally down to around the 32-yard line. Plenty of room for a Lion first down. And on the stop defensively for the Wildcats was Demetrius Brown, 5'10", 170, free safety defensively. He's a junior. That'll move the sticks across the way. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions.
Good job by Gaines that time, finding the open man, and a great pass by the quarterback, and a good job there on the reception. First down for the Lions as they continue to mix it up on the ground and through the air.
That ball's going to be marked at the Calhoun City 32, 33-yard line. Quarterback sneak right up the middle there, and he is hammered hard. That was Lionel Gaines with the carry, called his own number there, and he was met abruptly by several Wildcat defenders. Leading the charge for Calhoun City will be Jamal Brunson, 5'11", 190 defensive lineman, the senior. Give him a pickup of maybe 1 to bring up a second down here and 9 yards to go. Checking in offensively for the Lions will be Yvonne Crump. And Crump's going to replace John Adam Greenlee, who we saw make the great circus-type catch in the first half of play for the Lions. 2nd and 9 facing Biggersville here. Lionel Gaines still working with that wishbone in the backfield, wide out to the left side this time. Give goes to the first man through, Antoine Gaines on the left side. Out to around the 25-yard line will go Antoine Gaines. Major pickup on that carry.
3, Demetrius Brown, and number 6, Anthony Armstrong.
Well, it's a couple of gains, Mitchell, so if 1 can hurt you, imagine what 2 can do.
Bring up the 3rd down here, and maybe 2 yards to go for the first. 3rd and 2 facing the Lions here as Greenlee re-enters the ball game now for the Lions. Biggersville threatening here in the 3rd quarter of play. Clock is on the move. It's 7:24 and counting. Gaines once again with a give to Stafford. Plenty of room for a first down, I think, off the right side. Judging from this angle, it should be enough to justify a Biggersville first down. That will be the case, as the officials indicate field level that the Lions have indeed earned the first down. 1st and 10 will go Biggersville. Getting close to the Wildcat red zone around the 22-yard line. Double subs coming in for the Lions as Lionel Gaines checks back in, as does Yvonne Crump for Biggersville. Wildcats talking about a 5-man front defensively. Give on the left side, going to Montoya Leonard. Not a whole lot of daylight there as it was closed quickly. And number stop for Calhoun City was Jamal Brunson, defensive lineman senior. He's been busy this evening.
By number 52, Mel Brunson.
Yeah, these line guys have done the job tonight so far. They've pretty much solidified that front line for the defensive line for Calhoun City, and some guys have been really busy tonight. trying to get to Gaines and get some penetration there and slow him down.
2nd and 9 facing the Lions here. As Lionel Gaines worked with the same offensive set. Option on the right side is going to turn it up himself with plenty of daylight. Finally ridden down around the 12-yard line. Nice pickup on the part of Lionel Gaines.
On the carry.
Up close to first down yardage.
Tackle made by number 68, Randall Stovall, and number 3, Demetrius Brown.
That will bring up a 3rd down situation here for the Lions. And about a yard to go for the first. Re-entering the game for Biggersville will be Yvonne Crump, 5'8", 160 junior. He's at the wide receiver position offensively. So bringing the coaching staff instructions from across the way. Clock is on the move at 5 minutes and 36 seconds remaining. We're in the 3rd quarter. Calhoun City 21, Biggersville 14. The Lions on the move. Quarterback sneak. He's got plenty of room for a first down. Twisting, turning, trying to hit to the end zone. Finally down will be Lionel Gaines with a carry. Stop shy of the goal line inside the 5-yard line of Calhoun City. Aaron Yates with a stop defensively for the Cats. He's a cornerback, senior, 165. It'll be 1st and goal now for the Lions, knocking on the door.
First down and 10 Lions.
Here in the 3rd quarter. Biggersville threatening here, deep in Calhoun City territory. 1st and goal for the Lions. Give goes on the right side to Stafford. Trying to get into the end zone. He's going to be upended.
Be stopped. The line of scrimmage.
Not much gain on that play.
Bring up 2nd down and 4.
Yeah.
Tackle made by number
2nd down
5,
facing the Lions here. And about 4 yards away from pay dirt.
14.
Yvonne Crump re-enters the game. Is going to replace John Adam Greenlee
Yeah, watch y'all.
for Biggersville.
Yeah.
Got a score being reported in here. We'll get to that as quickly as we can. Clock is on the move at 4:40 remaining in the 3rd.
Houston 7. Oh, they're through then.
2nd down here facing the Lions. Give on the right side to Stafford, trying to get away, and he's going to be hammered down after a minimal gain on the carry. Stop shy of the goal line. Bring up the 3rd down here. And about 2 yards away from pay dirt. 3rd and 2 for the touchdown. 3rd and goal for the Biggersville.
Made by number 68, Randall Stovall, and number
John Adam Greenlee re-entering the ball game, replacing Antoine Gaines.
Game of about 2.
Bill's got a Houston Amory score going to report to us here, I believe.
We'll let this play finish. Might be a shocker to you, Mitchell.
Oh, I think I heard part of it. I think you're right. It's going to be a shocker to everybody. 3rd and 2 here. To pay dirt for the Lions. Twisting, turning will be the ball carrier, trying to get into the end zone, not able to do so. Give credit to that Wildcat defensive front holding me out of the end zone. Let us have it, Bill.
Stafford on the carry.
According to Don Brooks over at the Houston game, there's been 4 turnovers by the Hilltoppers, and they've all been touchdowns for Amory. 28-7 at the half.
My goodness, in favor of Amory.
Wow, yes.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
My word, who would have thought it?
Here, there at the halftime, Houston turned the ball over 4 times, and Amory's converted into 4 touchdowns.
Wow.
So it's tough. Be hard to come back in that second half.
Certainly. Well, we had an injured Wildcat on the previous play. That was Ronaldo Moore. He's on the near sideline now. Maybe he's going to be okay under his own power. 4th down here, and less than a yard to go for the touchdown. 4th and goal for Biggersville. Going for it, obviously. Quarterback sneak off the left side. Touchdown. Touchdown, Lions.
Touchdown Lions.
Lionel Gaines called his own number, 5'9", 160. He's a junior quarterback. He followed a block on the left side to put 6 more up on the board for the Lions. That closed the gap to 1. Calhoun City 21, Biggersville 20. 3:17 remaining in the 3rd quarter. We have a ball game on our hands here tonight. Bill, what do you think?
I tell you what, these Lions come in just playing for pride, 3-6 record. But I tell you, they've given Calhoun City 3 quarters of play here tonight. They've maintained their own, and when it looked like Calhoun City could pull away, they've just come back and made it a ball game.
John Tyler Thompson on to try to tie it up here for the Lions. Snap is back, hold is down, and kick is up. It's going to be no good. Short and to the right. So the Wildcats will maintain that very slim 1-point lead. Calhoun City 21, Biggersville 20, 3:17 remaining in the 3rd. Let's take a break. You're watching Wildcat football on TV 7, TV 34. Your local sports connections. Back in a moment. Calhoun City 21, Biggersville 20. The Lions kick off to the Wildcats. It's going to be retrieved in there by Derek Armstrong on a return for Calhoun City. The 30 to 35-yard line is going to be hit and dragged down by a host of Lions around the 36, 37-yard line.
Bring it back to the Wildcat 38, where it'll be first down and 10.
And on the stop for the Lions will be Andrew Johnson, as well as Tremaine Davis. It'll be first and 10 for Calhoun City from their own 38-yard line.
You know, it's important here now for the Wildcats, Mitchell, to establish some offense again. They haven't had any lately. Biggersville has done a good job defensively, but Calhoun City needs to get a drive going, move the chains, get back in this ball game with just a 1-point lead. The momentum has shifted to the Lions so far here.
It certainly has here in the second half of play. Pratt with a give to the tailback off the right side with Derek Armstrong is upended around the 40, 41-yard line. Pretty good tackle on the part of Antoine Gaines.
Tackle made by number 1, Antoine
He's
Gaines.
a senior defensive back, 5'9", 150. He's been busy tonight for Biggersville. Pickup of about 3 yards on the carry, bring up a second down here. We'll call it 7 to go for the first. Jonathan Griffin checking in offensively for the Cats, replacing Demetrius Brown. Griffin 5'10", 160 at the wide receiver position. He's a sophomore. He's going to be split wide to the right side. Calhoun City with a 2-man eye in the backfield, wide out to the left side as well. Pratt with the give once again to Derek Armstrong with daylight at the 50, finally upended around the 47-yard line. Good pop up the middle there on the part of Derek Armstrong. He's a sophomore, 175-pounder, 5 feet 9 inches tall. Plenty of room for a Wildcat first down.
Yeah, Derek Armstrong really got the speed that time and avoided a tackler, made a good run there, and it did move the sticks, and that's your purpose, and it's going to be first down Wildcats as they're on the move now, trying to get something going offensively here before the end of the third quarter.
They move the ball into Biggersville territory. First and 10 from the Lion 48-yard line. LaDuan Pratt working on the same offensive set. Lions showing about a 5-man front defensively. Give goes to the first man through up the middle. That was Armstrong, I would assume, again with a carry. That will be the case. Not much daylight there. No gain. Bring up a second 10 situation here for Calhoun City. Clock is under 2 minutes remaining now in the third quarter. Calhoun City 21, Biggersville 20. Jonathan Griffin checks back into the contest, replacing Aaron Yates at the wide receiver position.
Mitchell's third quarter has really gone by fast now as we're almost into the fourth quarter play and really grinding it out on the ground here, both teams.
Absolutely. Second and 10 facing Calhoun City here. LaDuan Pratt sets his offense, wants to throw in the pocket, pass over the middle is away. He's got a man there. It's going to be incomplete. Aaron Yates really had to go up and fight for that. He was well defended on the part of Lionel Gaines. Gaines almost came down with yet another Biggersville INT, Bill.
Yeah, Aaron Yates really prevented the interception there by Gaines, and great job there by Yates for the Calhoun City Wildcats so they can keep possession. That Gaines has really done a job of defending him tonight in this ball game here, and Gaines up limping now a little bit. Maybe he can walk that off, but he has really played well.
Aaron Yates was the intended receiver, and that particular time it became a defender on that play, no question about it. Third and 10 possession play facing the Wildcats here. Pratt rolls slightly to his left, in trouble here. We'll try to get outside. Once the receiver now is going to tuck it away. He's at the 45 and ran out of bounds, shy of first down yardage, around the 42 or 43-yard line, I think. So that will bring up a fourth down situation now for Calhoun City. And we'll see how far the Wildcats need to go to justify a first down. About 5 yards, I think that will be the case. Punting situation, I would believe. What do you think, Bill? Could be in 4-down territory,
I'll tell you, it might be. We'll see what Mike Ray does. Leading by 1 point, you don't want to take any chances, but we'll see what happens here.
I think we're going to have Derek Armstrong back to boot it away for the Wildcats, but I'm not sure. Back to receive the anticipated punt on the part of the Lions will be Lionel Gaines, of course. Armstrong gets a good snap back and gets the kick away. Spiral kick, pretty good kick. Drives Gaines back to his 12-yard line on a return. Trying to get outside, picks up a block. He's at the 10, 15. Going to be a clipping call. We have 2 penalty markers down, I think. An official hit a Wildcat in the eye with a flag. And that was B.G. Floyd for Calhoun City getting hit in the face with an official flag. We saw that a couple of weeks ago in the NFL. Did you see that, Bill? And they reprimanded the official in that contest. And these officials need to be careful about where they throw these flags at, because those things are pointed. They can do some damage to your eyes.
Absolutely. I remember last year the flag hitting the big lineman in the face for Cleveland.
Right.
I think his name was Brown, and you know, I believe that official got reprimanded, but I definitely remember that because it definitely caused some injury to that man's eye.
No, absolutely. Clipping call against the Lions. They'll work against Biggersville here. The kick returner was needing a block or two, trying to get outside on the left side here. It didn't need a clip, however. Looking for a lane to run in. Coverage was pretty good on part of the Wildcat special teams unit down the field. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions, operating from inside their 10-yard line, around the 7, I think. Give goes to the tailback on the right side, Jason Stafford. He's going to be hit down after a minimal gain on the carry.
Tackle made by number 1.
And on the stop for Calhoun City will be Anthony Armstrong,
Second down and 9.
defensive end. He's a sophomore. Think about 2nd down here for the Lions and about 9 yards to go.
Mitchell, we're going to have a dogfight here in this 4th quarter. You and I might have picked a better game to be at tonight after hearing that update.
You know, I thought about that
Houston.
coming over here. This could be the game of the night. We've seen some real blowouts this season.
Absolutely.
No doubt about it, but this could be the game to be at tonight. Give goes to the tailback on the left side, twisting, turning, and finally upended as he crosses the 10 to around 11. Clock winding down to 15 ticks and on the move remaining in the 3rd quarter. So barring penalty, that will be the last play of the 3rd quarter of play. 21-20 your score. Wildcats holding on to that slim 1-point lead here at the conclusion of 3 full quarters of play. And there's a horn ending the 3rd quarter. Calhoun City 21, Biggersville 20. And a barn burner here from D.L. Harrison Field. Let's take a break. Back in a moment. Third and about 7 yards to go here for the Lions. Quarterback Gaines wants to throw, in trouble in his own end zone. Passes away. It's going to be incomplete. Intended for Montoya Leonard.
Bring up 4th down.
4th and about 7 now facing the Lions from deep in their own territory. Around the 10, I think, or 11, somewhere in that neighborhood. Just underway with the 4th and final quarter of play. It's Calhoun City 21, Biggersville 20. Good tight ball game here tonight from D.L. Harrison Field.
And again, everything here tonight for Calhoun City, they might need to win this from Mitchell, as we said, to keep their playoff hopes alive.
Lions to punt it away. Line drive punt is partially blocked. It's going to be recovered by the Wildcats with great field position around the 12-yard line, I think. Big break for Calhoun City. They definitely need to capitalize on this opportunity, Bill.
1st down and 10.
Oh, yeah, this is a gift right here. That was a line drive punt. It barely got off the ground. And the Wildcats now will have a great opportunity. And in the 4th quarter play, only up by 1. So they need to win. Go ahead and get this score here and try to win this game and move on. They got a tough game next week. Mitchell on the road to Smithville. That'll be a true test for the Wildcats. They'll have to bring their A game to Smithville. Absolutely.
Smithville Seminoles, a very solid football team this year as usual. 1st and 10 will go to the Wildcats. LaDwan Pratt, now the 2-man eye in the backfield. Official's going to stop the play before it can get a conclusion to the play. I'm going to wager a little early offensive line movement. What do you think, Bill?
Right, probably a false start early movement there by the line for Calhoun City, and we'll see how accurate you and I can be here.
11:37 remaining in the contest, 4th and final quarter.
Back them up 5
5-yard penalty infraction being marked off against Calhoun City even as we speak. Checking in offensively for the Cats will be Jonathan Griffin. And again, he's going to replace Demetrius Brown. 1st and 15 will go Calhoun City from the Lion 17-yard line. Pratt with the give to the tailback up the gut. That is Derek Armstrong with the carry. He is hammered in the backfield. Good stop defensively on the part of Jacoby Barton. Barton is a linebacker defensively, senior, 240-pounder. Major loss on that carry. 2nd and about 8 to go for the first. 18, excuse me, 2nd and 18 for Calhoun City. Demetrius Brown re-enters the game, replacing Jonathan Griffin.
He was hit hard and fast there by the Biggersville front, and a good job there by the Lions trying to control Calhoun City and hopefully get the ball back and try to take the lead. This is a tight one.
Pratt had an offset 2-man eye. Again, early movement on the part of the Wildcats, I think. Came from across the way on the far side over there. You fans might have picked it out. before the snap of the football. We've got some happy Lions in the defensive huddle, so evidently that will be the call. Illegal procedure against Calhoun City. That'll be another 5-yard assessment. Wildcats going the wrong direction here if you are indeed a Wildcat fan.
Bring up second down and 22.
Boy, you get great field position there, and all of a sudden 2 penalties, and you've lost a lot of your yards on just bad early mistakes there.
True.
Early movements on the line, so they'll try to eliminate some of that.
Wildcats aren't careful. They'll even get themselves out of field goal range here. From the shotgun formation now, we'll go the Wildcats. Armstrong's going to take the snap this time. Pass over the middle. He's got 2 receivers there. Can't connect with them, however.
Pass by Armstrong.
Intended for Aaron Yates, I think.
Intended for Yates.
Also, Demetrius Brown had a step or 2 on a defender back there. Unfortunately for Calhoun City, Armstrong could not connect with either pass receiver.
I tell you, he was rushed heavily, Mitchell. He had to let that ball go and let it go in a hurry with a big rush there by Biggersville. Let's take this time. I might mention some more sponsors. Let's talk about some more people bringing you the game here tonight on TV7. The Gold Exchange here on the square. Go by and see Dina and Shirley and all the staff and tell them we sent you by. They have a big grand Christmas open house coming up at the Gold Exchange. Also, Kelwood Factory Outlet for all the latest fashions. Go by and see Teresa and staff. South Main Street in Calhoun City. Pick out your fall clothes, ladies and men's and kids at the Kelwood Factory Outlet store. And Weyerhaeuser Company in Bruce, a key industry in our community. Proud to be a part of the game. Bruce Furniture Industries, a Klausner company with a big, huge warehouse over there, over 200,000 square feet. Proud to sponsor Calhoun County football. Also, Hunters Hollow, Dunny, Guest, and staff in Oxford, over 10,000 square feet there. Huge hunting store with name brand clothing, Mossy Oak and more. Tell Dunny we sent you by just off West Jackson Street in Oxford. Buck's One Stop, Buck Langford and staff here, Buck and Lisa. Highway 9 North, daily lunch there at Buck's One Stop. And homemade pies and cakes for the holidays. And some great pies and cakes there from Buck's. Go by and tell him we sent you by. And he's proud to be a part of Calhoun City here tonight. And Union Planners Bank, all the staff at Union Planners, proud to be a part of the game as well. Your hometown bank, go by and see the staff at Union Planners Bank today with 2 locations here to serve you.
Derek Armstrong from the shotgun formation loads the trips up to the left side, 3 men deep. Armstrong with the quarterback keeper right side, trying to find daylight, and does so. He's at the 10, he's at the 5, touchdown, Calhoun City. Derek Armstrong, 5'9", 175, your sophomore signal caller for Calhoun City, finds Paydirt on the right side. And what an opportune time to do so, Bill. What do you think?
Yeah, right. Great job there by Armstrong, and we've seen him do it already tonight. That's not the first time. And a great play, great run to the far side, and he found the open field and just outran everybody else. 6 points there for Calhoun City, and boy, did they need him at this point in the game.
You better know it. 27-20 your score. They get that score with 10 minutes and 29 seconds showing remaining in the 4th and final quarter. Extra point attempt coming up here. The snap is back to hold it down. The kick is up, and it's no good, wide left.
And it's no good.
So the score will stand, Calhoun City 27, Biggersville 20. 10:29 remaining in the 4th quarter. Let's take a break. You're watching Wildcat football on TV7, TV 34. Back in a moment. Calhoun City 27, Biggersville 20 with 10 minutes and 29 seconds remaining in the 4th and final quarter of play. Wildcats a kickoff to the Lions, and the kick is away. On a return, this will be Lionel Gaines. He's at the 30-yard line and finally upended around the 30 at that point. Pretty good special teams coverage on the part of the Wildcats that time. And on the stop for the Wildcats was Carlos Wright. He is a freshman on special teams. He's a tight end on offense, defensive end defensively, 5'9", 160. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions, operating from around their own 30, 31-yard line.
The first down Lions.
Quarterback Lionel Gaines sets at wishbone in the backfield. He's going with that backfield formation all night long. Quick give up the middle, goes for a pretty good pop in there on the part of Montoya Leonard. After the fake pitch sweep, quick give up the middle to Leonard. Give him about 5 on the carry. Bring up a second down here and 5 to go for the first.
We'll mention 2 or 3 more sponsors tonight. Mitchell Grizzani Rebel Motors on West Jackson and Oxford, all the 2000 and 2001 models. Go by and see all the staff at Grizzani Rebel Motors. Always proud to be a part of the game here from Calhoun County. Grizzani Rebel Motors, your GM, Chevy, Cadillac dealer on West Jackson in Oxford.
From the 35-yard line, signal caller Gaines calls his own number. He's upended after about a 3-yard pickup.
Gaines up the middle.
He's ran that play several times tonight, sometimes with success, sometimes unsuccessfully.
Gaines
Bring up a 3rd down and about a yard to go for the first.
Tackle made by number 75, B.G. Floyd.
That ball's going to be resting around the 40-yard line, again operating from Lion territory. Ivan Crump checks in offensively for Biggersville. And he replaced Nick Browner, I think. 3rd and 1 for the Lions. Possession play for Biggersville. Give goes to the first man through. Up close to first down yardage. And on the stop for the Wildcats was Jonathan Griffin. Strong safety. He's a sophomore.
For no gain, bring up 4th down.
4th down. Evidently, they're not going to give it to him here.
Tackle made by
4th down and about a yard to go for the first, or less than a yard to go for the Lions. See what the Lion coaching staff elect to do here, operating from the 4th quarter. 8 minutes and 45 seconds remaining, and the clock is on the move.
Well, you know, with a quarterback like Gaines, you definitely go for it. Mitchell, I believe that's what they're going to do, is he can just keep it.
That will be the call, and you called it right, Coach Bill Morgan.
Thank you.
And I tell you what, if he got it, he didn't get it by much. That was a good defensive stand on the part of the Wildcats that time. They may give him as far progress, they may give him the first down, but it will be close.
number 11.
They're going to give it to him. 1st and 10 will go the Lions. He was popped pretty abruptly in there after he got a little past the line of scrimmage. They needed less than a yard to go for the first. Evidently, the officials, which have a better angle than I do down there, saw it differently. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions.
Yeah, it was great pursuit by Calhoun City. Just he didn't need much, though, for the first down. But as you said, great pursuit by that line for the Wildcats.
Lionel Gaines working with a wishbone in the backfield. Gaines with the gift to the first man through. He's not going to get much this time, as he was hit hard in there by several Wildcat defenders. Good defense being established on the part of the Wildcats here in this series.
2nd down and 11.
Leading the charge for Calhoun City will be Jonathan Griffin once again, as well as B.G. Floyd. Floyd's been busy here tonight too, 6'3", 230. He is a junior. Loss of less than a yard. We'll call it 2nd and 11 here. We won't split yards. 2nd and 11 here for the Lions.
Of course, stay tuned for our post-game show. We'll be talking with Mike Ray and talk about the playoff scenario, and also our player of the game, whom you will select here in just a few minutes.
Thank you very much, Bill. Boy, I tell you, that's a toughie. 2nd and 11 here for the Lions. Quarterback Gaines rolls left, wants to throw, passes away. It's going to be complete to Montoya Leonard. Leonard finally ridden down around in the 36, 37-yard line. Great run after the catch on the part of Leonard. Plenty of room for a Lion first down. I tell you what, Bill, Biggersville is not out of this thing yet by a long shot.
Absolutely not. They are really playing with heart here tonight. Just coming in playing for pride. And I tell you what, they just putting it all on the line here tonight and making Calhoun City play 4 quarters. And what looked like could be a good win for the Wildcats just turned into a dogfight.
1st and 10 will go the Lions from Wildcat territory. Give goes to the tailback. This will be Jeremy Stafford with a carry out over the 30, down inside the 35-yard line. A couple of Staffords out there tonight. Jason Stafford and Jeremy Stafford for the Lions. That was Jeremy with his carry. 2nd and 7 facing the Biggersville here. Under 7 minutes remaining in the contest now. Calhoun City 27, Biggersville 20, and a dogfight here from D.L. Harrison Field. Division matchup. Gaines takes about a 6 or 7 man front for the Wildcats. Give goes to the first man through. No daylight there. He is upended quickly. Jason Stafford with a carry that time. And in on the stop for Calhoun City was Dave Artberry. Artberry's defensive end sophomore, 210-pounder. 3rd down here. We'll call it 9 yards to go for Biggersville.
I tell you, Artberry's been in on some plays well. He's going to be a good one here for Mike Ray. Really stepping up, playing well here tonight as this defense is trying to take control here in this ball game and slow down Gaines in this offense.
Gaines up under center, wide out to the left side. Wishbone in the backfield. Gaines rolls left, wants to throw. Long pass down the field is going to be incomplete. He was bumped a time or two, and that's going to be the penalty call, I'm quite sure. Defensive pass interference.
Flag on the play.
Good coverage, but a little too close there as he bumped inadvertently, I think, the receiver going down the field. But they're going to get that call, I'll tell you that.
That's going to be a big boost for Biggersville here now, as they will have as they will be down in great scoring position once again. It is pass interference, so Biggersville Mitchell with another great opportunity, and they're just 7 points from tying this game up.
This was going right down to the wire, I tell you what. 27-20 your score. 6 minutes and 1 second showing remaining in the fourth and final stanza. Two of the officials going to mark the ball here. It's going to be marked around the 22-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Biggersville from that point. Biggersville, with the aid of a couple of serious penalties against Calhoun City, moving the ball right down the field closer to that end zone. Gaines up under center, right out to the right side. Here goes the first man through with daylight. Hard running in there on the part of Montoya Leonard. Wildcat lost his helmet in the process, I think, with a tackle. Pick up of maybe 4 yards, wing up a second down here, and 6 yards to go for the first.
Yeah, it's Leonard on the run. Great running straight up the middle. Just some hardcore running and some good licks being passed there. Some heavy licks there between the two teams. And I tell you, they're just grounding it out. Biggersville is on the ground. It's working for them, too.
Crump and Gaines re-enter the ball game here for Biggersville. Lionel Gaines being chased, rolling to the right side. Got a little daylight now, twisting, turning, still on his feet, finally up in it around the 10-yard line. Should be another Biggersville first down, I think. It looks as though he will get the yardage needed to move the chains. We'll have to wait and see. That will be the case. Officials indicated field level, move the sticks. And let's see if it's going to be 1st and goal or 1st and 10. I think it's going to be 1st and 10. That will be the case. The Lions can get the first down without getting the touchdown, but they have to get to within inside the 1-yard line to do so.
Wow.
1st and 10 from just outside the Calhoun City 10. Lions knocking on the door with 5 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Give goes to the tailback off the right side. Nothing doing there for Jason Stafford. Good stop defensively on the part of Calhoun City. And on the stop for the Wildcats once again was Dave Artberry.
By number 17, Dave Artberry.
He is a defensive end sophomore. Griffin had a hand in the stop as well for Calhoun City. Bring up the second down here. The ball is resting around the 14-yard line again in Wildcat territory. 4.5 minutes now remaining in the game, and the clock is on the move. Gaines out that wishbone in the backfield, right out to the left side. Gaines rolls left, in trouble here, trying to elude a tackle. It's going to be hit and ridden down. Wow. Great open field tackle on the part of Derek Armstrong. Derek Armstrong coming up with a monster play here for the Wildcats. I tell you what, Bill, that was wonderful if you're a Wildcat fan, and it came at a very opportune time for Calhoun City.
Absolutely. What a great play as Armstrong just followed pursuit and held on to Gaines and brought him down. And I tell you what a great play by Armstrong there, and what a momentum swing in favor of the Wildcats of Calhoun City. It's amazing on one play what can happen.
Oh, no doubt about it. Be third down here for Biggersville. The ball's resting around the 33, 34-yard line. Gaines in trouble once again, wants to put it up, passes away, and it's going to be incomplete. Intended for John Adam Greenlee. Greenlee had a circus-type catch in the first half of play, Bill, unable to perform the same task here in the second half and to let go of it.
Yeah, he had a chance at it, but a nice job there by the defender for the Wildcats to break it up. Greenlee does have good hands, but good job there by Calhoun City in the secondary.
Timeout.
Incomplete pass, stopped the clock at 3 minutes and 26 seconds remaining. Calhoun City 27, Biggersville 20. What a ball game here tonight from D.L. Harrison Field. Some more of this evening's sponsors, Bill.
Classic Exteriors, Gene King and staff in Houston, proud to be a part of the game tonight. Calling for professional vinyl siding, over 25 years of experience. Gene King at Classic Exteriors in Houston. Pilot Wholesale Furniture on Highway 8 between Vardaman and Houston. Go by and see the Faulkners at Pilot Wholesale Furniture. Proud to be a part of the game here tonight on TV 7, TV 34. They have a huge warehouse, over 300,000 square feet of furniture savings for you and home furnishings at Pilot Wholesale Furniture, financing available and more. Go by and see the Faulkners today. Just a short drive from here on Highway 8. Also, Parker Brothers Trucking in Derma. Go by and see the Parkers, Ricky and Billy and staff for used and new trucks and parts, and a huge tractor trailer wrecker. So go by and see the Parkers today, just east of Calhoun City here Tell the Parkers we sent you by. Always proud to be a part of the game here on TV7. And Fred's Pharmacy, your pharmacy stores here in Calhoun City. And also Fred's Pharmacy in Vardaman and Bruce. Proud to sponsor the game here tonight on TV7, TV34. Your pharmacy store, Fred's. Mitchell.
Well, I've chosen the player of the game. We'll get to that right after this play. It's a big play as well. 4th down here for Biggersville. The ball is resting around the 33, 34-yard line. Gaines buying all the time he can. Pass down the field is away, and it's going to be incomplete. Through into double coverage. And on the stop for the Wildcats with a pass breakup will be Derek Armstrong. He's played a whale of a game tonight, a strong safety.
By number 11, Derek Armstrong.
I tell you what, we talked about player of the game with 3 minutes and 18 seconds remaining. I have chosen a defensive player tonight. He's been in on a lot of tackles here tonight. I think he might have even had a fumble recovery. I'm not sure. That's going to be number 78, Cody Childress. 5'11", 230-pounder, defensive lineman, sophomore for Calhoun City. Congratulations goes out to Cody Childress, our player of the game this evening. And there's a shot of Cody right there coming off the field for Calhoun City. He's had a whale of a game here tonight. 1st and 10, we'll go the Wildcats. Give goes to the first man through on the right side for a minimal gain on that carry. Clock winding down, 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining, and it's on the move. Armstrong with the carry. We'll try to get a post-game interview with Cody as well as head coach Mike Ray after the ball game. We'll do our best anyway. See what we can do.
I tell you, it's important now. The clock running down, Mitchell, but for Calhoun City to protect the ball, hang on to the football, only up by 1 touchdown, and try to get away here with a win tonight because Biggersville has really come in and played a ball game. It's been a great one here tonight. You and I have seen probably one of the better games in the area.
Oh, absolutely. One of the better games this season as far as the scoreboard is concerned. No doubt about that. Give goes once again to the first man through on the right side for a minimal gain. Armstrong with the carry. Not much daylight there, but the main ingredient with that play is it keeps the clock moving at 2:33. Well, the clock is actually stopped, I believe.
Timeout.
Timeout charged to Biggersville. Again, congratulations are in order to our player of the game, number 78, Cody Childress, 5'11", 230-pounder, defensive lineman, offensive lineman, and he's a sophomore. He really impressed me tonight, Bill, on the defensive side of the ball.
I tell you, he moved well tonight, did a great job, and very, very deserving of the player of the game, and we congratulate him, and we'll try to talk with him after the game is over. And once again, Mitchell, these Wildcats hopefully can, if they can pull it out tonight, go on the road to Smithville next week, be a tough ball game there. You got to like their chances of at least try to get that 4th slot in this Region 1A and keep their playoff hopes alive and getting postseason play.
Well, it's getting tight, as we mentioned. There's only one regular season game scheduled for this year 2000 campaign. And, of course, the Wildcats will like a lot if Hamilton was able to defeat Maben tonight. Of course, Mabenfield's a pretty solid football team. I haven't heard any scores on that game. We had a previous score earlier on the Houston Amory contest. Of course, that doesn't affect Calhoun City because they're in different divisions, different classifications. But it's going to be interesting the last week, regular season weekend next Friday night of this 2000 season to see exactly what transpires as far as playoff action is concerned.
I guarantee you a lot of importance tonight as well as next weekend to decide these playoffs these final 2 weeks.
3rd down here for the Cats and about 8 yards to go for the first. Inside give goes on the right side. Moore with the carry. It's upended by a couple of Lion defenders. Jacoby Barton. Bring up a 4th down here for Calhoun City. And once again, Biggersville calls timeout. I know that's their 2nd timeout here in the late going. Let's take a break with 2 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in the 4th and final quarter. It's Calhoun City 27, Biggersville 20. Back in a moment. Two minutes and 26 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter in this one. Wildcats trying to hang on to that 7-point lead, 27-20. 4th down for Calhoun City. Wildcats will punt the ball back to the Lions here from their own 37-yard line. And the kick is away. Driving spiral. Nice punt on the part of the Wildcats. Going to take several Calhoun City rolls. And it's going to be down around the 26-yard line. Getting another call up here on top of the press box. So Bill should be getting another report as far as another score of another game is concerned. 1st and 10 Lions from their own 26. They'll have 2 minutes and 16 seconds of operating time available here in the 4th quarter.
Houston turned it over 4 times.
We'll see if indeed the Hamilton Lions, the Biggersville Lions, will go the distance of the field as far as, well, let's make it about 75 yards down the field anyway. to see if they can put some more points on the board to try to tie this thing up. Quick pass on the left side. It's caught. Finally ridden out of bounds will be Jason Stafford by a Wildcat defender. Derek Armstrong. Be a turnover, I think. Let's wait and see. That will be the case. Wildcats will have possession of the football, and that should do it across the way. A fumble on the play, evidently. Trying to listen to Bill's phone conversation and do the play-by-play, too. I think I'll just concentrate on the action on the field. Let Bill take care of the phone call with another score. It'll be 1st and 10 for Calhoun City. We have a turnover here as the Lions evidently fumble the football to the Wildcats with 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. Calhoun City smart here and just run time off the clock. That should wrap this one up. 1st and 10, Calhoun City from the Biggersville 34-yard line. Give goes to tailback. He fumbles the ball and falls on it, I think. LaDorn Pratt handed it off to Armstrong. Fumbled the handoff, but Wildcats will maintain possession.
Mitchell, another update here. That was Patrick. We got a report from Patrick Blanson and Corinth. 24-0. The Corinth Warriors over Pontotoc Warriors right now. So the wheels have come off Pontotoc. They said Ellis Scott messed his knee up, and it was 3-0 after the first quarter, and it was very close. And then Corinth blew it open. So
wow.
I tell you, our playoff hopes are thinning down here for some teams.
They certainly are. A couple of surprises in the local area teams tonight.
Big time.
Pratt with the quarterback keeper off the right side. Pickup of 3 or 4. That'll keep the clock moving at 1:23 and counting. Evidently, Biggersville may be out of timeout.
Made by number 3, Matthew Harris.
3rd down situation facing Calhoun City here, and about 7 yards to go from Biggersville territory around the 31. Bill inadvertently called the Biggersville Lions the Hamilton Lions a moment or two ago. We've got quite a few teams that have the same mascot around the north half of the stadium, if you'll just think about it.
Right.
3rd and 7 here facing the Wildcats. Offset eye in the backfield. Pratt with a carry. No daylight there at all. He is hammered by several Lion defenders. That will bring up the 4th down for Calhoun City. We're under 1:45 seconds and counting. Wildcats play their cards right. That could be the last play of the ball game.
Real quick, Mitchell, we'll go over Merchants and Farmers Bank. Proud to be a part of the game tonight. Merchants, Farmers, and Bruce. TDS Telecom here on the square, offering the latest technology. TDS Telecom in Calhoun City. Treasures Jewelry located in the Oxford Mall. Go by and see them for all your Christmas selections. Custom Coverage Insurance. Spud Deaton and staff proud to be a part of the game here tonight. Custom Coverage in Bruce. Pryor Funeral Home. John Burton staff here on the square in Calhoun City at Pryor Funeral Home. Proud to be a part of the Wildcat football team. And Bunny's Pageant and Formal Wear in Bruce on Highway 32 East for all your pageant fashion dresses and more. Men's tux. Go by and see Bunny Tomlin staff at Bunny's Pageant and Formal Wear in Bruce. Thanks to all of our sponsors tonight, bringing you the action here from D.L. Harrison Field. Our final game from Calhoun City this year during the regular season anyway. So, as we mentioned, a couple of surprise scores. Corinth leads Pontotoc 24-0. At the halftime, Amory was defeating Houston 28-7. So that's a couple of big surprises there. Those are supposed to be very competitive ball games.
No doubt about it. I didn't expect this score to be as close as it is tonight either.
Like I say, you and I may be at the right place.
We may be. 27-20. Biggersville came in with a record of 3-6 so far this year. Calhoun City at 5-4. You and I were talking coming over. We figured the Wildcats would really not have much of a problem, to be honest with you, against these Lions of Biggersville. But, boy, were we wrong tonight. I tell you what.
I tell you, we'll give our credit back to Biggersville, I tell you, because they've played a great game. Gaines, a big game here tonight for his team, really kept them in the ball game.
They certainly did. 4th down play for the Wildcats here. 18.5 ticks remaining. The clock will start with the snap of the football. And this is Derek Armstrong with the carry for Calhoun City off the right side.
Armstrong on the carry.
Clock is stopped at 14 seconds now on the clock. He failed to convert for a 1st down, so there'll be a turnover on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 for Biggersville.
1st down and 10.
And they have 14 seconds remaining on the clock, Bill, so they're going to have a couple of pops at it here from long range.
Which is more likely the last.
I tell you what, you got to be careful too with the weapon they've got in Gaines, the quarterback. Not only can he pass, but he can get it done on the ground. So Wildcat defense cannot afford to be sloppy here. Got to play very tight. Probably going to get one play, maybe two, but you know they got to crack at the end zone.
Oh, absolutely. I think they're going to go that prevent defense here and try to take away the long ball. As far as Biggersville is concerned, they'd be happy to give up something short, but you don't want to give them the chance to complete that long bomb and get in the end zone. Hypothetical situation, of course. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions from their own 30-yard line with 14 ticks remaining in the fourth quarter. Calhoun City 27, Biggersville 20.
I tell you, we got a quick break. We'll take a break and hear from some of our fine sponsors and be back with the conclusion of this one on TV 7. You stay with us.
First and 10, Lions from their own 30-yard line with 14 seconds remaining in the contest. From the shotgun formation, this will be Bubba Garner, I think, with his signal calling chores. Check that. This is still Lionel Gaines. Long pass down the field is going to be caught. Great catch on the part of Jason Stafford. He's down around the 36-yard line.
Wow.
Great catch on the part of Stafford. That moved the ball all the way down to close to the Wildcat 35, and they still have 6.5 seconds remaining on the clock. This was going right down to the wire, Bill.
I tell you what, this is one like I have not seen much this year. I've been in a lot of blowouts.
Right.
But we're really getting our money's worth. This has been a good one here tonight.
This has been a horse race, no doubt about it. And immediately downing the ball is Lionel Gaines to stop the clock at 3.3 seconds remaining. So, barring penalty, we could be seeing the last play of the ball game coming up here.
Wow.
Amazing.
This has been a dandy. This is really an entertaining game here tonight. And what do? Do you get Gaines run it, maybe, or do you pass the ball?
I think you got to throw it. I think you got to put it up and pray for the best if you're the Lions. I think Calhoun City, you got to put a lot of men deep in the defensive secondary, which they are doing. Gaines wants to throw. He's going to put it way down the field in the end zone. You got a man there, and it's incomplete. Time expires on the clock, and that's going to do it. Wildcats dodge a late bullet on the part of these Biggersville Lions. Your final score, Calhoun City 27, Biggersville 20, and a big division matchup this evening. Again, congratulations goes out to our player of the game, number 78, Cody Childress, 5'11", 230, offensive defensive lineman. He's a sophomore. Stick around. We're going to have some post-game interviews. Bill, any closing comments?
Yeah, I tell you what, a great game tonight. Wildcats hang on and win in Mitchell and keep their playoff hopes alive. They go play a tough team next week in Smithville, and it should be a good road game, and the Wildcats definitely will have to play a great game to win that one. But congratulations to Mike Ray and staff tonight. They hang on, dodge a bullet, as you said, and get the victory here at home to close out their season as far as the home games are concerned on a W.